Live from Saskatchewan, it's the National Lacrosse League on a Saturday night from a chilly Saskatoon. It's the Countdown to Face-Off presented by Castor. Good evening. It's Cody Janes and John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. The Saskatchewan Rush taking on the Albany FireWolves. The second time these two teams have faced off, and it feels a little early. It's only January, but hey, a rematch, never a bad thing. These teams have been playing close games all season long. Ethan Walker, a large part of why Albany's coming off of a win.
Certainly, him having an 8-point night is usually going to lead to a win for the Peterborough product, leading that Albany attack as he's been doing so all season long, as Walker is sitting here with 34 points in just 6 games and hoping to get the FireWolves, who were in the final last year, back on track. 2 wins on the season, hoping to keep the roll going, Cody.
And while Saskatchewan, on the other hand, is coming off of a loss against Toronto, they found a little bit of an offensive spark in their captain, Ryan Keenan, who seemingly found his game.
Certainly, a really slow start to the season for Ryan Keenan. We were even talking about only 4 points in his first 4 games, Cody, and then out of nowhere, his last home game against Las Vegas, he broke out, and you were wondering, can he keep it up? Well, he sure did. 6 points in the loss against a revitalized Toronto Rock team. Almost coming out with the victory there, but if Keenan's rolling, that's just another dimension for this Rush offense.
There you get a little tease at the starting goaltenders. We'll get to that in a minute, but hey, these two teams, we said, they've been playing close games, right? Look at the goal differentials.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy right now. You look at the Rush sitting in 3rd in the league with a goal differential of just 6. Meanwhile, Albany all the way down in 14th, but they're only 1 goal worse, so it's going to be a close one between 2 teams needing to establish a win early in the season.
All right, Rush Nation, ball drops coming up.
Taking a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. Going for Albany, it'll be Doug Jameson between the pipes. 801 save percentage, 10.63 on the goals against average. Across the floor from him, first ever NLL start for Thomas Kazik, 2nd round pick a couple of years ago. He's got a couple of seconds of action in, but now is the real test for the youngsters. Frank Chiliano, a scratch for today's game. At the face-off dot, rookie versus vet, round 2. Joe Nardella and Jake Naso. Ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway on Co-op Field. Nardella goes early. Naso sitting at 61% on the dot this season. They'll grab the first win by technicality, and the Rush go to work. Wearing their retro jerseys here. It's retro night, little field-inspired threat. Zach Manns with the rock. Currently leads the team with 31 points. He'll sling it around. Austin Shanks has it up top. Back into the corner. It's the captain, Ryan Keenan. He's on the roll. Thought about dancing down. Tried to one-hand flip it. Ends up right in the stick of Doug Jameson, and Albany will go to work up the floor. Wearing their road whites and red shoulders. Little transition attempt. Matt Hosick back out there early, and Thomas Kazik takes one right off the dome early, and he sends an outlet pass for Jake Boudreau. Boudreau's in transition. He'll try and go low to high. Whips it wide. It's over the goal, and he's going to track it down on the forecheck here. Albany and Saskatchewan met earlier this season, and it was the Rush who won 10-9 in overtime. That was in MVP Arena. Thriller in that one. Frank Chiliano was fantastic. Here go the FireWolves, though. Piatelli rips this one down. Alex Simmons, a little spin back on Hosick. Trying to cut to the middle to get some space. The veteran defenders all over the second-year forward. Now it's a loose ball out in front there as Dyson Williams. Shot goes just wide.
And keep a watch on the effort level by the Rush D here. They've got a veteran core. They know Thomas Kazik has some of the most talent for a young goaltender in the country, in the world even, I would dare say. You know they're going to step up big for their rookie.
Robert Church gets the feed from Brock Haley. Dishes it off for Walter. Back for Haley. Outside shot. Doesn't miss by much, but it's going to bounce out into row 1.
Brock Haley in his first year in the league. 18 points. That's good for 3rd in rookie scoring for the Port Hope, Ontario product.
Just behind Dyson Williams. The 251s doing battle here tonight. FireWolves run it up the floor on the restraining line. Tchaikovsky. Pass got knocked down by Accioni, then Barnable overran the loose ball. FireWolves will settle it down. Ty Kurtz is up top. 15 goals, 34 points this season for the Delaware product. Played college with Matt Accioni on the Rush. Now Sam Firth, low bouncer on goal. Kazik makes another stop. Rebounds grabbed behind the net by Carson Moyer. Moyer now on the roll. He'll run it out and get the shot clock reset. Moyer played in his first game there a week ago. Scored his first goal for the Utah product. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the FireWolves to work with. Firth. Cross floor. Kurtz won't shoot it. Moyer down to the corner. Walker scored the OT winner in this building a year ago. 5 holes, scores. Opens up the scoring. Ethan Walker has his 12th of the season.
Well, he had an 8-point game and a victory against Toronto last time he was on the floor, and tonight the Peterborough native gets the scoring off early, and not what you want to see if you're the Rush out of your rookie goalie making his very first start is Ethan Walker able to just stare him down. He knows a thing or two about scoring goals. As you come here again, the Rush need to pay attention to what's going on down below the goal line. That burned them a bunch against Toronto in the last game, but just a beautiful play here by Walker. He sees a bit of a breakdown defensively. Guy's got a stick on the ground. I believe that was Holden Garland. Takes advantage of that, uses the bright green as a screen. He goes betwixt the legs of Thomas Kazik.
Can't give a shooter like Walker that much time and space as Nardella snaps up a draw. He's going to go on a run. Far side denied by Kazik. Makes the stop of the right pad. Very athletic build goaltender in Kazik. 6'3", but very active. Still has another year of junior lacrosse left. Here go the FireWolves. Dyson Williams, far side, scores. FireWolves up by 2. Dyson Williams has his 10th on the year.
You alluded to it earlier, Cody, that we were going to see a lot out of both the rookie number 51s and second in the league in rookie scoring. As I mentioned, Brock Haley, of course, is third. Is Dyson Williams scoring his 10th and his 24th point on the season. Again, a little bit too much room given up to the shooter. That's probably one that Thomas Kazik would like to have back as he thought he had the angle. Gave up a little bit too much over that right shoulder, and it's behind him in a quick 2-0 start for an Albany team that's been on fire of lately.
Coming off of the 13-10 win over Colorado as Naso and Nardella doing battle at the dot. Loose ball is going to get scooped up by Zach Masson, former pro hockey player. He's got a lane to the net. Breakaway for Masson, and he scores. 3-0 FireWolves. 3 minutes and 6 seconds in.
And as much as, if you're the Rush, you would love to let Thomas Kazik sit down for a moment here. But that's not something they can do, Cody, as due to a technicality and a little contract snafu, the backup goalie tonight is defenseman Keegan Bell. Let's get a look here at Masson coming in. A little bit of time and spacing. You look at this Albany offense. There, you know they want to come out hard. We talked about keys to the game earlier off the air. One of those being the Rush need to start strong, and this has been their worst start of the regular season by a long shot here, Cody.
Nardella fires that face-off all the way back to his own zone, grabbed by Nick Tchaikovsky. At 5 goals last season, transition threat. But this FireWolf team has a lot of them, including Masson, the rookie. 28 years old, but boy, he can sure ball out. Rush find themselves down by a field goal. FireWolves go to work. Alex Simmons, a little spin back on Garland. Garland now, ball ends up on the turf. Jake Boudreau has it. Kurtz is all over him, though. Rush are going to have to value the ball here if you want to get back in a rhythm. You got to get your offense on the floor, and they got to start feeling it early because the FireWolves don't allow a lot, only averaging 11 goals against. Here's Zach Mans to the middle. Rolls out, shot stopped by Doug Jamieson. Jamieson 2-5 on the year, but some of the best numbers in the National Lacrosse League, even actually a little better than his numbers last year, where he was arguably the best in the NLL. Brock Haley now, near side half wall. Haley defended by Nardella, down for Mans. Mans now trying to go 5-hole. Jameson makes a save, and Keenan can't get to the loose ball. But they'll say defender Will Johansson ran through the crease and picked it up.
One thing Albany does so well is their pressure defense. They keep guys from getting in the middle. Saskatchewan's going to have to adapt in a hurry. They like to cut in the middle for their scoring chances.
Robert Church now, quick shot on goal. Stopped by Jameson. Mike Triolo grabs the loose ball. Levi Anderson, the scratched forward for Saskatchewan in this game. Brock Haley, he'll go around a Triolo screen. Haley on the roll, trying to fire it high. It's going to go wide and bounce all the way down. Backup goaltender Andrew Kidd had to be quick on the gate there for Albany, or that would have ended up in their bench, actually, because he had the door open. Closed it and kind of pushes it down into Rush territory. Offense goes to work now. Ty Kurtz has Sam Firth out there with Ethan Walker. Walker opened the scoring in this game. On the roll, pushed back. Now Piatelli, little flip inside. Kurtz is there, and that one won't go. Kaisick got a piece, rebound, scores. Dyson Williams has his second.
And that whole play starts where the Rush were having breakdown issues against the Toronto Rock, that being behind the net. You put a guy right behind the net, and that's been the Rush's Achilles heel now for a couple seasons. Again, you've got shooters out there. You've got great shooters. A little bit of confusion with the man behind the net. And you can watch as Albany is doing such a good job of taking advantage of that. Somebody slides down. First you saw Walker. He slides on down. First slides on down there. Now you get Williams. He's able to slide on down and then slide back up and get a great shooting attempt.
But watch the replay here, and I'm not sure the Albany forward gets out of the crease in time. You see Kurtz roll out, and the Rush coaching staff is seeing the same, and they're going to throw the challenge flag. This is going to be awfully close, right? And because if you're Dyson Williams, maybe, again, you can't blame it on being a rookie. He wants to shoot the ball in the back of the net. But if he waits that extra second and sees his teammates in the crease, he's got it one for sure. Whoa. Instead, he shot it quick, and I'm not sure Kurtz was out in time.
No, he may not have been. And I even think, too, even if you're the Rush coaching staff and you're looking at your tablet and going, okay, hey, this might be close. I think you need a challenge here to slow it down. As we get a great look right now, Thomas Kaisick actually talking to Lane Rushka. Lane Rushka was let go by the team in training camp, didn't make the practice roster. So we're going to look here as Kurtz is doing the barrel roll out of the crease there. You see Rushka talking to Kaisick. Rushka's been a rookie in this league before. Couldn't quite get the contract in due to a technicality, so he's talking to him, calming him down. He's running the gate there because, again, as I mentioned, backup goaltender Keegan Bell, not used to that responsibility. It's a big one in lacrosse, right? So this one is going to double as both a challenge and a timeout, I think, here, Cody. Just let everything get settled, because even if you're still only down 3-0, if you win this challenge, as this is a really good look that we're getting.
So it's actually his left hand.
Yes.
That is down.
Because he tries to roll out like he's trying to do the barrel roll.
The issue is it conclusive evidence, right? That's where you're going to need an overhead angle. You're going to need something from distance. Because, again, you got to be able to say 100%, hey, no, he was in the crease when this ball crossed the goal line, and the call on the floor was a good goal.
Well, and I don't think he is, Cody. You can kind of see if you keep an eye on that left hand. As he rolls out, you see right on your screen there, you see a little bit of green there. As we're getting the super zoom here, enhance if it's the CSI Saskatchewan going on here. But, oh, that is so close. But I think it's good, Cody.
I know. That's crazy.
I think it's a good goal.
I love it. Great work by the replay booth on that one. Again, like we're talking, I don't think milliseconds even describe it. It actually might. I might just be terrible at math. But again, I'm thinking like milliseconds, millimeters. I don't know. That's crazy. But hey, kudos to Kurtz on just realizing like, oh, shoot, I got to get out of the crease.
We've got a really good look on the overhead in-house that it looks like you can see. He's wearing white gloves, which complicates it. And it looks, they've got it down to the freeze frame right now in-house. We're going to get a look at the overhead here. You're right, Cody. The great awareness. He knows what's coming. He knows Williams wants to shoot. He gets out, and it's bang, bang. Like, I think it's simultaneous that he gets out. I think this is going to be a good goal, Cody.
Yeah, I'm not sure you've got the conclusive evidence to overturn it. But also, it's interesting in a sense if you look at the bench, Jimmy Quinlan, Derek Keenan, they had their words with the guys, and now it's just a relax, breathe, deep breath. You guys know what you got to do. There's no point yelling, screaming, kicking trash cans, right? It's go out there and do a job no matter what the refs say.
Right now, head coach Jeremy Talevi is down there. He literally walked up to Thomas Kaisick, gave him a hug, calmed his guy down, just trying to get his head back into the game. You and I are both goaltenders, both failed goaltenders, I will admit. It's tough when you start a game like this, no matter what. As we get, again, look, that's Lane Rushka running the door there. Former Rush goaltender, came in as a rookie, played a couple games, a first-round draft pick by Georgia. Just couldn't get him on the roster in time. And he's talking to Kaisick, calming him down. And this, honestly, is the best thing for this terrible start if you're a Saskatchewan Rush fan, right? You just want to see the guys calm it down. It's been an ugly start. The air's kind of been sucked out of the building already. So this lengthy review, which of course you want to get every call right, but I think this is really benefiting the Rush, because if you're Albany, you want to keep this party rolling. They've been so good early on.
Now, the Rush have, quote-unquote, developed or used a couple of rookie goaltenders over the past few seasons. 2 years ago, it was Lane Rush, played the last 2 games of the season, picked up 2 wins, and before that it was Cam Dunkerley, but the Rush were all eliminated in those moments. As you get another look here of Ty Kurtz, hey, they're still reviewed in-house. When we tell you this is incredibly close, I don't think that even tells the story, but I think if they're reviewing it for this long, it's because there's not conclusive evidence, right? And so I don't even know if it's doing the Rush a favor anymore with a break this long. It's more so putting some people to sleep, but again, you get the look there. I think Kurtz got out, but at the end of the day, the refs might have a different angle that we don't have.
Well, I think it's doing the concession some favors, right? You can, if you came in early to watch the pregame festivities, you got your popcorn now, you're good.
And also to note, it's 9:54 left to go in the opening quarter, so the next whistle or stoppage means a TV timeout. So another extended break here, potentially for the Rush to calm things down. But if you're the defense, like, what adjustments are you making? Is it as easy as you got to get sticks on hands here? Because it feels like these free shots for Albany, they're coming from good areas for one, and they're just uncontested.
Well, on Albany, watch the tape against Toronto, Cody. Watch what they're doing with that rotating man behind the net. They know that for whatever reason, that is a soft spot with this Rush defense. We've seen it before in years prior, and that was primarily on the penalty kill, where they'd use the guy behind the goal, and all of a sudden it would create problems for them, right? So now what they're doing is they have a constant rotation of guys going back down below the goal line, which you don't normally see.
Well, while we wait for the refs to make a decision, you can join in on the fun with the NLL's all-new fantasy game platform, NLL Pick'em, with access to weekly and monthly prizes. Play today at NLL.com. Hey, the league this year has been incredibly unpredictable. It makes for more fun, right? When the parity in the league, top to bottom, is so good. We talked about it on the pregame show. These teams' goal differentials, like Albany sitting at 2-5 and having a positive goal differential. And realistically, it's the same thing as Toronto, where 2 of the best teams might have had 2 of the worst starts, and I think come playoff time, you know, the oil and water separate, and like no one would be shocked if Albany and Toronto are in the playoffs at the end of this year.
Well, it's rare I get to quote Macho Man Randy Savage on one of these, but the cream rises to the top, Cody Jansen, and that's what we're seeing, right? You saw it, Toronto again. They won 2 in a row. They look alive as we're getting our decision here.
Lengthy review is determined that it's not, you cannot overturn the goal. We have a good goal stance.
So no goal out of that one, and Albany is up 4-0 here. 9:54, fans in-house, obviously expressing their displeasure. Nonetheless, the FireWolves have come out firing. And again, hearing from Glenn Clark earlier, he's saying, hey, we can't afford too many more losses here. We already got 5 under ours. You know, they're looking to rack up some wins, and they like their schedule ahead too.
Well, and you mentioned with the parity in the league, Cody, every week from here on out is going to be so massive. You basically got Buffalo and then a logjam of everybody else. So it's anybody's game, especially early on.
Clark Walter with the ball. Saskatchewan offense on the floor, getting outshot 8-4. Just 5.5 minutes in to the first quarter. Shanks now bobbles the pass. Good defense there by Nick Volkov. All over him. Loose ball still going to be rolling out. It was kicked by Michael Burns. Don't be over and back, but the shot clock does expire, and that sends us to our first media timeout. Albany has been firing early. They got 4, the Rush have 0. We're back with more from Saskatchewan.
Welcome back to the Saskatchewan Rest and the Albany FireWolves here on Co-op Field in SaskTel Center. And with Frank Chiliano unavailable tonight, it is an exciting evening. It's a career start for Tomek Kajzak. And I asked Coach Jimmy Quinlan how he felt about getting Kajzak his first start tonight. He said, kind of like handing the keys to your kid the first time. You know they can drive, but you're still giving them the keys for the first time. Well, after a bumpy start, hopefully Thomas Kajzak remembers that he actually can drive this car. He is great behind the wheel. In 2022, he had a Founders Cup. 2023, Minto Cup with the Burlington Plays. He knows how to play, and his teammate is looking to have his back tonight. Every player I spoke to said they were going to play with a little extra pep in their step to help Kajzak with his first career start. Guys?
Hey, I put a couple dents in my parents' Chev Silverado, so apologize about that one. Hey, we're back underway here on Co-op Field. Thomas Kazik between the pipes for the Rush. FireWolves, 3 assists from Ty Kurtz already. He's got the rock, kicks it up to Dyson Williams, bobbles it, it's going to bounce back here. Mike Messenger's all over him, pushes him back, almost over and back. Barnable has it, he'll one-arm flip it just behind Messenger. Drops the pass, would have had a breakaway if he would have caught it cleanly. Rush can play in transition, and they're going to need to find offense from somewhere to open up the gates, as Doug Jameson, not an easy goaltender to face. Messenger's pass a little errant. Triolo's going to kick it back. Got it in his own zone. Shot clock does reset, though. Barnable up on offense here. Kicks it to the captain, Keenan. Out for Church. Back for Barnable. He lines and drops it. I don't know if that's a greaser, if no one can hang on to it, but that ball is flying all over the place. Albany back in transition. Simmons up top, trying to go back door. Moyer had it, but he cut through the crease.
This is just the aggressiveness of this Albany D. As soon as you've got the ball, there's a stick on you. There's no time to react. The Rush got to figure something out to get going here.
They're sharp, moving the ball early. Haley for Church. Robert Church to the middle, denied by Jameson. Tried to put one 5-hole on Dougie.
Well, and after you get by the tough defense of Albany, you get to face a guy that's got an .800 save percentage early on this year, who's one of the very best in the league. This is going to be a tough shell to crack. And if you're Albany, to me, foot on the gas, keep going. Don't let off. Keep putting the ball on net until Kazik can prove that he's ready.
Piatelli down low for Kurtz. That shot got soaked by Jake Boudreau. Holden Garlett now pushes this one back in the Rush. Obviously, we've talked about Keegan Bell, a defender, being the backup goalie. Well, Holden Garlett actually was a goalie until he was 15, but you ain't pulling him out of the lineup to put the pads on. I'm sorry. Here's Austin Shanks with it now. Far side shot, that got soaked. Loose ball's on the ground. Who wants it? Grabbed there by Johansson. Scored against Saskatchewan in their season opener. That was his first career NLL goal after coming off an Achilles injury last year. Robert Morris product, played NCAA ball with Jake Boudreau down in Pittsburgh. Ethan Walker does it on the shot clock. Walker dishes it off. Here's Moyer trying to cut inside. Backhand feed at Firth behind the net there. And the loose ball now. A little bit of a push in the numbers here. Things will cool off, and the Rush will work the ball up. I believe that was Simmons, a little push in the numbers.
That's right. A little bit of a chicken wing attempt from Mike Messenger to send a message as Simmons walked on by.
Yeah, that won't send enough of a message here, as Albany is the one having all the fun so far. Brock Haley trying to flip it. Zach Mans can't spin down. 8 on the shot clock. Swim move. Here goes Mans to the net. Short side denied by Jameson.
And that's what you're going to have to do if you're the Rush. Start to get moving. Albany's setting up in that flying V, basically, on defense and just keeping everything to the outside. There's a stick on the ball instantly. Time to start running. Time to start playing a little bit of one-on-one ball. Maybe get some two-man games going on here and crack that defense open and hopefully get one by Dougie Jameson.
Simmons all alone rings one off the crossbar. Matt Hossack now heads south over to Robert Church off the bench. Short side denied by Jameson. He's knocked down to the turf, and a call is coming. Too many men on the floor, and I believe that'll be a Rush power play here with 5:57 left to go in the first.
Hopefully the Rush can get their power play going here as we watch
Penalty, 2 minutes, illegal substitution.
Robert Church come off the floor. He's still a little hampered from a lower body injury that he suffered that caused him to miss some time. So you watch him slowly walk up and then turn around, go back on to get this power play going for the Rush. Only at 30%. That is the worst in the National Lacrosse League. And needing a goal bad, maybe it's time they figured out the power play.
Ryan Keenan's up top of the power play. Lefty strong look. Church walks inside. His shot misses the mark. Clark Walter and Austin Shanks will play the crease side. Church up top for Keenan. Keenan on the back pedal. Down for Walter. Inside feed. Church is there. One pump fake, and he whips it wide. Walter up top now. Keenan's got room. He'll step down around a defender. Save made by Jameson. Pushed it back into the crease. I don't think he wanted to back in, so he was a little worried to clean it. Now Walter stripped to the ball. FireWolves come out with it cleanly as Patrick Kaschuk, the Stony Brook product, goes for a jog. Barnable in there early with the double team for Messenger. Finds Kurtz, though. Kurtz all alone just bounces this one out.
Looking for his 4th point of the game. He's got 3 assists, including a epic commando roll out on the last Dyson Williams goal. Looking for his 1st of the game.
Rush back on the power play. Minute 2 left with the man advantage. Mance for Keenan. Keenan now fake flip. Church is in the shooter spot. Keenan again. Church down low. Shanks is inside and he scores. Austin Shanks opens the seal and the Rush trail by 3.
The Rush needed that like a man in the desert needed a glass of water. First off, power play's been bad this year, just 30%. Secondly, you let Albany go up 4 rip in about 22 seconds early in this one. Austin Shanks coming up clutch. He's got 2 game-winning goals this year and now a massive goal here. Just really good ball movement around the outside. One of the few defensive breakdowns we've seen here by Albany is Chikowski gets out just a little bit too far. Rush work the man advantage, get a little bit of confusion, and go betwixt the legs of Doug Jamieson.
You got to get to the dirty areas on a team like Albany, right? If you want to play pretty ball from the perimeter, they will pound you. And for Saskatchewan, you get to the middle, and that's why I wonder if they start going to guys like Shanks and Walter a little bit more, if they can get inside on this Albany defense. But the Rush have brought a little bit of life back in the building, trailing by 3. Austin Shanks has the latest on the power play. The city of Saskatoon is situated on Treaty 6 territory, the traditional lands of the Cree, Saulteaux, Dene, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, and homeland of the Métis Nation and the homeland of the Métis peoples. The NLL acknowledges all nations, Indigenous and non, who live, work, and play on this land and who honor and celebrate this territory.
And a hot start by the Albany FireWolves, and yes, that pun is intended. Up 4-1 here in the Saskatchewan Rush early in this one. Dyson Williams with a pair. Meanwhile, Ty Kurtz with 3 assists, but the Rush with a power play goal back in this one.
Austin Shanks says it up top. He's the goal scorer for Saskatchewan so far. Brock Haley had 2 goals the last time these teams met. Around the horn, Walter trying to hit Shanks out in front. Church knocked down to the ground, not happy about it. He'll have a word with the ref, and Albany will send it up the floor. Joe Nardella with the outlet. Ty Kurtz, 32 goals last year, 47 apples. Down to Walker, doesn't on the shot clock. Walker's got room to shoot. Defender got out there just in time. Ball got whipped wide at Kaizek, and Messenger sends it up for Holden Garland. Down the floor, Jake Boudreau switched up the shoe game this week here. Got away from the black shoes and black socks after a loss in Toronto a week ago. Captain Ryan Keenan, he'll go on the roll. Keenan flipped down. Church up top. Boudreau misses wide. Got his rebound and he scores. Pound your chest, Saskatchewan. Jake Boudreau has his 3rd of the season.
The old home turf bounce. Jake Boudreau knows those boards so well as he's taken up residence here in the city of Bridges. Picks up his own rebound like he's prime Charles Barkley and puts it behind Dougie Jamieson. Jake Boudreau, always a threat in transition. He's a defender, he's a transition attacker, but he can come on and play some D. You watch him here. He buries that one off of the rebound, off of the lively boards. He knows where that ball is going. He misses low. He's seen that bounce so many times as he's been practiced shoot around. There are some lively boards here at SaskTel Center. He takes advantage, goes up top, shoots instantly before Jamieson can get reset. And the Rush, 2-goal run and back up off the mat.
Naso now in a war with Johansson. He comes out with the ball though. Albany in transition. Johansson scores. Albany answers right back. It's 5-2 for the FireWolves.
And of more concern for the Saskatchewan Rush, Naso was down, rolling around in severe pain right in front of the Albany bench after that battle. The training staff's already out to see him as Johansson celebrates ending that Saskatchewan Rush run. Again, another clear-cut, odd man rush. He keeps it himself, goes up high. Kaizek tries to get out and play it, moves a little bit too quickly, giving up that room above the shoulders, and he goes up and over the Rush goaltender, and the Robert Morris product, he's got his 4th of the season.
Naso not taking this draw. He was 3 for 6 against Ardella to start. Mike Messenger steps in, and the FireWolves will get possession. We'll get an update on Naso here.
He's already down to the room. You can see him heading straight to the dressing room with the training staff. Big loss for Saskatchewan if he can't come back.
Simmons throws it up top for Firth. Down to Dyson Williams. Williams is on hat-trick watch already. Simmons, a little spin back, trying to go short side high. Kazik makes a good shoulder stomp there. Well, the Rush will look for him to settle in here. Tough start, a lot of lacrosse left though. Sam Firth now left alone for a second. Pick gets set on Messenger, got room to shoot, and Kazik got a piece of that one.
You said it best, Cody. He's just got to settle down. The Rush D almost need to force a couple outside shots. Let him get hit a couple times, feel the ball, realize that he's still in this and can get back in.
Mans runs in and rips one off the red pipe. Haley got the rebound. Clark Walter with the shot clock reset. Robert Church out of the corner. Church now shoots around a screen, punched by Jameson. Brock Haley now pushed back, battling for the loose ball. Church is in there, can't scoop it up cleanly though. McDonnell as well, and Haley comes in and grabs it. Extra effort by the rookie. Playing with a chip on his shoulder here this evening. Mans and Walter, little give and go. Zipped up for Shanks. Shanks now back for Walter, room to shoot, and he scores! Clark Walter with the bouncer, and the Rush have 3.
Play angry and good things will happen. That Rush offense, they were taking a little extra vinegar on every loose ball, every pick, and that creates an opportunity. That's how you're going to beat this Albany team and come back. You have to be physical. Shanks, nice little spin move like he's Dwight Schrute. Clark Walter goes low to low. He's one of the guys we were talking about. You're not going to be able to shoot from outside on Albany. So I love the job here. Zach Mans, he goes in, he takes the attention of 2 guys, creates the pick. Clark Walter able to bounce back out and get that shot off.
Messenger, clean face-off one, and he's got room to run. Messenger inside, just tucks it wide. Jake Boudreau is up there with him.
I thought he'd hit post there, Cody.
Boudreau for Hossack. The defense thinking about staying and playing here. Must have been feeling good after shoot-around this morning. Austin Shanks now zips it across for Mike Triolo. Here's the 6'8" forward, Mike Triolo out of Ontario. Triolo's going to drive inside, and he scores! The big man, Berries, and the Rush have cut the lead down to 1.
The Rush forwards are unhappy right now. The way they're playing, physical, aggressive, strong, driving to the net. That's how you beat Doug Jameson. Mike Triolo, when he uses all of that frame, he's going to do good things. Watch here, in a great matchup there. The defender's caught the angle on him, but he's 6'8", able to go horizontal and has the arm reach to put it past the left leg of Doug Jameson. And if the Rush are going to win tonight after a shaky start by the rookie goalie, the offense might have to score 18 times, Cody, and they're starting to look like they might be up for the challenge.
Slicker than snot on a doorknob. Mike Triolo slides inside and buries. But here come the FireWolves. Nardella blasts one behind the cage.
And if you're the Rush too, you got to change strategy now. Mike Messenger is not the face-off specialist or whiz that Jake Naso is. You're going to lose a couple. Make sure to adjust. Get on the loose balls as quick as you can.
Boudreau down to Walter inside. Robert Church is denied. Huge stop by Doug Jameson.
Big stop, athletic save by Doug Jameson, and a momentum killer as that one had back of the net written all over it. Great save, Jameson.
Yeah, if that one goes, this place explodes. Ty Kurtz whips this one down. Simmons on the roll. Good switch there by Hossack, who came up. Took him away. Now McClelland is over there defending Simmons. Trying to throw it back. Kurtz a little fancy through the legs. Ends up in the crease. The Rush are going to let the shot clock wind down. And now 30.8. They can go 6-on-5. They don't have a timeout. They use their challenge. But Kazik will go to the bench. And they'll throw 6 forwards on the turn. So you'll probably run it down until about the 8-second mark and call a play. 3 lefties, 3 righties. Keenan, Mans, Walter. Walter just took a chop where you don't want to between the midsection and between 2 legs. Ref says play on. I guess that's allowed tonight. Church, Triolo, and Shanks are the righties. Robert Church with the rock. He'll go short side and score. Bar down, Bobby buries one. We're tied at 5.
One game after becoming the team's all-time leading scorer in Saskatchewan, Bobby Church comes up big. And you could tell a little bit of a change in the atmosphere of this game. Church went down. Church has been hit a few times. And then when Bobby gets angry, that's when he plays his best. And you're starting to see that here. A little bit of chaos with the extra man. The Rush run with the extra man so well. Again, this Albany defense is so good, man on man, keeping the ball out. You got 3 defenders all in the area. I don't think Jamison knew where that was. And Church is one of the best shooters in the league today. He isn't going to miss there as he's getting coaching of some sort from Jimmy Quinlan. I think Jimmy Quinlan saying, go be Superman, my son.
4th shot of the quarter for Robert Church here. He's been pounding the pavement, and this one drops for him here. The Rush are rolling, tied at 5 after 15 minutes of play. Here you get a look at Walters first, Triolo and Church added the others.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center. Well, it is moments like the end of the first quarter there that shows you why Robert Church was accepting a golden lacrosse stick at the beginning of this game. It was to congratulate him for reaching 689 points, which is the Sask Rush points record. But when I asked him, how do you feel about all these accolades? He said, you know what, that isn't what drives me at all. That stuff gets stored at my parents' house. I am here to win games. I remember how awesome it was when we went to the championship, how great that was for the city, and I want to do it again. And I said, I asked him if he thinks this is the team that can take them there. He says it is, and after the grit they just displayed in that first quarter, it's easy to believe. Cody?
It was great. Thanks, Heather. It was great watching Churchy get that because you know he hates the spotlight. He just wants to come out, do his job, and win. You could almost see him cringing from up here, the broadcast booth, Cody.
Hates the spotlight, loves the goal light. One of the best to ever do it, Robert Church right there. About 116, 17 points back of Mark Matthews for the franchise record. But we're back underway on Co-op Field here. Albany going right to left in their white jerseys, Rush in green. Walker slings it back. Dyson Williams looking for the hat trick. Bouncer won't go. Simmons now. Shot clock dwindling down. 5 to let something go. Garland's out. And Kazik punches it away with that right hand like a hockey blocker. And now the ball's up for Matt Hosick. He'll hold it.
That's the kind of stuff that Thomas Kazik needs right now. Had a terrible start to this game. He settled in a bit, let him see a couple shots, feel it, settle in as he's in for his first career start tonight.
Rush out shooting Albany 16-12 in this game here. Robert Church around a screen. Trying to go 5-hole on Jamison. Made the save and he'll flip an outlet out.
Clark Walter's going to be bruised in the worst places tonight. Just took another shot to the midsection after a nasty one at the end of the first quarter there, Cody.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that as Piatelli sends one down for Simmons. Simmons zips it across. Moyer's there. Moyer cut inside. Long shot got deflected. Rebound for Firth. And he's stomped by Kazik. Back out in front. Kazik again. Double down. Thomas Kazik is keeping this game tight.
Just took a quarter to settle in, Cody. Now he's looking like the goalie we know he is.
Walter out of the corner. Cross for Mike Triolo. Triolo to the middle. Dumps it down for Zach Mans. Zach Mans now. Brock Haley's in the corner. Defender without a stick. Haley lets it fly. Jamison makes the save, and Triolo's going to chase down that loose ball. He'll slow it down and call a play. Keenan's up top. Mans finds Triolo. Haley's in the corner, all the way back for Keenan. Trying to throw a little BTB in there, but Jamison was paying attention.
Yeah, good save, Doug Jamison. Pure reaction there as Dougie was moving to the right. Had to flash up that left arm while he's off balance. Great save, Jamison.
Dyson Williams down to the corner. Walker opened the scoring in this game. Almost looked like that, but Mike Messenger soaks one, and he's going to run. Mike Messenger here, one-on-one with Walker, blows him up to the net, and he scores. Oh, they're going to say he stepped in the crease. And Rush don't have a challenge, so Albany's going to head back the other way. 3-on-3, Rush got back just in time. We'll get another look at that one later, but here's Albany. Building exploded. Ref said no goal. Hard pick set by Kurtz. Now Simmons didn't exactly leave it on the ground right away. Mans is up for a breakaway, and the pass got picked up by Hossack. Rush took a couple seconds too long, and Albany got back on defense.
See, I'm a big believer in any sport with replay that if it's just that cool, you should just let it stand no matter what. I know I'm a bit biased tonight, but...
We'll think about the cool rule for another year. Simmons up top. Moyer, big wind up denied by Kaisick, the Stittsville product, coming out of the Nepean Minor Lacrosse Club program. Inside, Mans on the roll. Defender all over him. Flipped out of play, though, by the Albany defender, Masson. And so the Rush will get a fresh 30 clock.
Just a little bit of chaos and a souvenir for a fan, but those Rush forwards are battling.
Shanks finds Keenan on the dot. Little flip down, trying to go to Shanks. He was running before he caught the pass, though. Johansson rips one up for Tchaikovsky. The Bradford product, one-on-one with Jay, but Adam Jay pushes him back. Now it's Dyson Williams, rookie out of Duke. Played with Jake Naso, face-off man for the Rush. Inside feed for Simmons, and it's behind Kaisick and in. Oh, we'll see if this one went in cleanly. Again, I guess the Rush don't have a challenge. It doesn't matter, but Simmons has regained the lead for Albany.
Yeah, you're looking at the Rush defenders not at all happy with that one, as it looks like Simmons may have been in. As you mentioned, they used the challenge early, so they don't have another one here tonight. But it looks like on the replay, you're going to get a look here. Simmons just gets in behind, and I think he manages to stay airborne, Cody. What a play. So Simmons comes in tight, goes up. I definitely think it's in behind. Like, the shot is off before that. Speaking of no goals or goals that may have counted, we're getting a look. Here's Messenger. Yeah, that toe is definitely on the crease. But I'm still going to go with the cool rule. If it's that cool, you let it stand no matter what, because he knocked a guy down, went all the way, but look at that. A missed goal on one side and then another cool goal. Again, that Simmons goal should stand no matter what, because that was also cool. That man was airborne like Super Mario for a couple minutes.
Messenger, face-off win. Boudreau has it. Jake Boudreau scored in the opening quarter. It was Saskatchewan's second of the contest. Trailing by one, Zach Mans with it. He'll cut inside, trying to go 5-hole, denied by Jamieson. They're trying to put everything by his feet, but they've scored on the outside of his feet in prior games. They're trying to go 5-hole here and maybe see if he changes up his stance a little bit. But a call coming as Moyer came in hot, and I think he got Adam Jay. It's the Rush power play, I believe, is going back to work.
They are 1 for 1 on the night, and a bit of a loss opportunity here. As you see, caught out on the defensive side was Mike Triolo. Yeah, he's 6'8", but he specializes in offense.
Albany number 45, minor penalty, spearing.
Spearing it, I thought it didn't look ideal, but a spearing is going to be the call here.
Well, and with a couple of the shots that have been let go to the midsections on players of both teams, you know the referees are going to have to let her nail one eventually. We get a look here.
Up high is Robert Church scores to start the power play. 6-6 ball game. Quick work on the power play. It took him 5 seconds.
We were still taking a look at home. We're taking a look at the penalty, the spear, and Robert Church goes, yeah, no problem. I'm just going to make this team 2 for 2 on the power play. They give the ball to Church, who started to play like a man possessed a little bit, is doing the long jog of shame back to the bench. As Carson Moyer. Now we'll get a second look here. This is what was happening in-house while we were breaking down the power play. It was just Robert Church going around the defender, and then a little shove to Tchaikovsky. Robert Church is fired up tonight, Cody, and I love it. 6th of the year, 2nd of the game, and back to even.
Albany's lucky that spearing's a minor. I mean, you see it in the hockey world. It usually ain't called a 2, and a spear to the neck/head area. I mean, if it's minor, it's a high stick. It looked a little, well, it was a spear. We'll leave it at that. But hey, we're back to even strength here and even Steven on the scoreboard. 10-13 left to go in the second. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening, live from Toontown. Alex Simmons across the floor. Walker to the middle. Room to shoot, decides against. Simmons now step down. Kazik makes a save. Hits him in that logo. And if you're wondering why Saskatchewan's jerseys look a little bit different, well, it's retro night here. So they got the throwbacks, and boy, those look sharp. Robert Church has 2 in the game, 6 on the season, and each team has half a dozen.
NLL Plus is here and free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at NLL.com/plus. Well, if you want to see a rookie who's contributing to his team, just look for number 51 on either team tonight. We've got Brock Haley for the Saskatchewan Rush. He had 2 goals last time they played Albany. That led to his first time getting Rookie of the Week. He was Rookie of the Week again already this season, and you can see his extra effort there early in the first quarter, contributing to Walter's goal. But on the other side of the floor, they got number 51, Dyson Williams. Now, he watched a lot of NLL. His dad's Sean Williams, who's in the NLL Hall of Fame. He says he's a different player when they matched up against Sask on November 30th, and you can see it. He's already got 2 tonight. Guys?
Well, the Rush will need to continue finding offense. Robert Church has 2 in the game. That last one on the power play, actually his first power play goal of the season. An interesting marker as he had 17 last year for the Rush. FireWolves offense on the floor. Williams out of the corner, defended by Hossack. Pick got set by Moyer. Kurtz behind the net. Dunk attempt. Kazik got over there and seals the corner.
Kazik was definitely watching the tape from the game against Toronto last week when it was nothing but dunk goal after dunk goal after dunk goal. 4 times the Rush goaltender Frank Chiliano was beaten from behind the line. Good job of being aware there for the rookie.
Little Ottawa on Ottawa action with Firth going up against Kazik. Zach Mance bouncer. This one's going to go wide and out of play. They'll say it wasn't deflected. Again, Thomas Kazik, he's bounced around. He's won a Founders Cup with Nepean in 22. In 2023, backed up Deacon Knott as Burlington won a Minto Cup. This kid just wins. Reset comes for Albany. Simmons on offense. Plenty of room. Step down, scores. Oh, they gave him all the time in the world, and Alex Simmons ain't missing this one. 2 in the game, 18 on the season.
Well, and that one's on Rush defender Connor McClelland as well there, too, as you could see him apologizing to Thomas Kazik. You'll see it here on the replay. Again, Simmons, great shot, great seeing eye shot. But what happens here is you watch McClelland. He walks right into the mask of the goaltender Kazik here as he's going in reverse. Again, that man behind the net causing problems for this Rush defense just like it did in Toronto. This time McClelland backing up, watching that guy behind, runs into his own goalie. And Simmons, of course, great shot by Simmons. This is not to discredit the effort of Alex Simmons for the goal, but the chaos caused by the ultimate screen right in front of you of your own defender.
Still no Naso for the Rush, but Mike Messenger wins the face-off, and the Rush will get possession here. Austin Shanks, far side, has Church out. Couple of righties play pass. Now the 3 lefties get the rock. Zach Mans is in the corner. Does it on the shot clock. Couple of pump fakes. Now he's going to the middle. Cross for Church. 2 in the game for 17 in green. Flip down for Keenan. It's off his stick and in the corner. 4 to shoot. Austin Shanks winds up. And instead of fired it on goal, he dumps it in the corner, and they get the defensive units out.
Jake Naso left this game with a lower body injury, went into the dressing room. We have not seen him. Mike Messenger in his absence, 3 and 8 on the dot.
7:48 left to go, quarter number 2. Albany up by 1. Simmons, a little drive down on Bobby Kidd III. Simmons again trying to cut inside. Pushed back by BK3. Firth now tossed to the turf by Accioni. And it'll be a Rush possession here. Accione's going to go for a bit of a run. He's got a couple assists this season. Assisted on the Bobby Kidd III goal in Toronto a week ago. Hands it off for the captain, Ryan Keenan. 7 goals on the season. Mans is out of the corner. Trying to get to a shooting lane. Defenders all over him. Mans' little swim move. Short side denied by Jameson. Doug Jameson's had the number of Zach Mans in this contest. Loose ball battle. Walter and Mans are in there. Outlet for Triolo. He catches a turf monster, but it forces an 8-second count. It's not pretty, but they don't ask how. Robert Church now. Triolo goes for a jog. Church right to the middle. Didn't have a perfect lane to shoot. It's a little snap of the wrist there. Just misses short side. Still 15 on the shot clock. No time to rush. Keenan. Little drive inside. Keenan's cuts there and he scores. The captain with a clutch one. And we're tied at 7.
Albany's been doing such a good job of keeping sticks on sticks, but most of these rush goals now, you're seeing these guys just play one-on-one. Make an athletic move, get your defender around the outside, take a bit of space, and here Keenan with a little backy fourthy. It looked like he was going to go far side as he went airborne. You hear the boing from up here. Instead goes back to the short side, banks it off the arm of Doug Jamieson, who started to cheat over to that one side just a little bit, gives Keenan the space, and the captain's got a tie game here. And Cody, yep, I said you might need 18 to win this game. We're still on pace for that.
The captain with a clutch one. Goes and says what's up to the Outlaws Corral corner, and Rush Nation back on their feet here. Tied at 7. Well, a lot of goals. Hope you enjoy that. If you're expecting a defensive game, you're on the wrong channel. McClelland, he'll defend Walker. Up top for Piatelli. Simmons rolls, defended by Boudreau. Swings it outside for Walker, the assistant captain of this FireWolves squad. Bouncer goes wide. Kurtz now, 5 on the shot clock. Kurtz has to let something fly, and that caught Kaisick and probably the post as well, as Mike Messenger scoops up the loose ball. Messenger, a little jog, and he'll give it to the captain. Hot stick finds Walter on the roll. He's trying to go high 5-hole again, forces Doug Jamieson to drop down into almost a butterfly in the hockey game. Tchaikovsky has BK3 tracking him down. He'll spin back and Accioni switches. Carson Moyer, the King City product. Down for Simmons up top. Williams looking for his third of the night. Cuts inside, and Kaisick sliding to his right. Smothers it.
You mentioned he's a very athletic goalie there, Cody. It almost looked like a butterfly-like save for a goaltender pushing over and across. Showing off his skill and his athleticism there is Thomas Kaisick.
Church now, Triolo stick hauled out of his hands. Church misses the net. And Saskatchewan going to their 3rd power play of the game with 5:07 left to go in the opening half.
Yeah, the forensic evidence was all over the floor on that one, and that's something the league's trying to cut down on, is the holding the stick calls. You know, Mike Triolo's not going to give that thing up easy.
Rush 2 for 2 on the man advantage. Church and Shanks, both righties, have markers.
And Church is coming with about 3 seconds into the power play there, Cody. Operating quickly, keeping them off balance.
Lefty strong look. Keenan's up top. He'll captain the unit. Mans and Walter are on his right. Church and Shanks down there. Church now flips it. Shanks takes it. Stopped by Jamieson. Mans got the loose ball. Mans has been a vacuum for loose balls. He was 2nd on this team for forwards last year with 73. He's been all over it in this game. Church with Keenan. Down low. Walter, he'll cut inside. Trying to go short side like Keenan did earlier. He hooked it wide though. Now it's rolled up for Church. Church to Keenan. Stepped out. Save made. Penalty coming against Albany though. Pass back for Mans up top. Shanks lets it go. Jamieson with the stop. Shooting gallery continues. 6-on-4 right now. Keenan flips it. Mans barely caught it clean. He throws it up top. Keenan's gonna have 22 seconds to work with here. No need to rush it. Power play still going on. Church scores! Throw those heads! Robert Church puts the Rush in the lead.
Robert Church has been unbelievable since getting knocked down to the turf earlier this game. It woke him up. And don't wake up a sleeping giant. That's what's happened to Robert Church here after falling down 4-0 and looking completely discombobulated. The Rush have the home crowd back on their feet and they're back in it. Great 6-on-4 play. Not a play you practice a lot is the 6-on-4. Rush take advantage.
And they're going back to the power play.
as well. Worst power play in the league is now 3 for 3 right now, Cody. We'll see if they can go 4 for 4 as Church gets a well-deserved breather as they had about 3 different resets on that power play look.
Nardella couldn't pick up that face-off win clean. That's a rare thing, and here goes Messenger. Oh, I thought he scooped it up, but Boudreau's gonna boot this one forward. You kind of got to respect that. A good loose ball battle. Well, Albany comes out with it. Volkov, he'll peel it back. Scored a goal versus Colorado last weekend. Was a part of that Minto Cup winning team in 2023 with Burlington. Thomas Kajzek was a part of as well. Caused turnover for Boudreau, and Hasek will run this one up. Rush on the power play again. Will Johansson is in the sin bin. Rush have 3 on the power play. Church has 2. Shanks has 1. Mans over to Church. Keenan stepped down. Church back for Mans. He'll step down into that one. Big block shot by Kaschalk. Masson now. He's got some jets on him. Long pass finds Simmons. Oh, he threaded the seam like he's playing on Sundays. Simmons caught that perfectly. The Syracuse product. Defended now by McClellan's. 10 on the shot clock. Simmons trying to drive inside, trying to drive a call. Rush have to be careful. It's taken to the turf, and now Barnable will run it on the logo.
McClellan with a bit of redemption there, creating the turnover after inadvertently screening his own goalie on the last Albany goal.
Well, Unit 2 comes out on the power play here. It's a righty strong look. Brock Haley's up top. Shanks will play the crease with Keenan. Haley stepped down. That one got blocked by Nardella. 5 on the shot clock. Rush have to go quick. Haley for Mans. Mans now. Shot got soaked by Nardella. Took another slash in the midsection there. I don't know. There's been a couple that have been awfully close to where you'd wear a can. But hey, the bright side for Saskatchewan, it's Robert Church. He's got 3 of their last 4. The Rush lead 8-7 on Co-op Field.
The NLL is now on the ESPN app. Download the app or visit ESPN.com for the latest news, schedule, and scores. And all the good stuff from around the league, right? It's been a great year in the NLL so far. One thing that wasn't so great for the Saskatchewan Rush, especially in their last game against Toronto, was a little bit of a defensive weakness behind the net. You've seen it a little bit tonight, but it was really exposed against the Toronto Rock as the Rock went back to back to back men behind the net with the dunk goals. I mean, it's a crazy amount of athleticism, but you can see here, and you've seen it a bit tonight, the Rush defender on that near side getting a little twisted up when they see that guy behind there, overcommitting, and that led to 3 back-to-back behind the net goals. Albany's been trying to exploit the same thing, but hasn't quite had the same success in terms of the actual goal, but has created lots of confusion with the movement behind the net.
Sam Firth had a great A opportunity just like that earlier, but Thomas Kajzek knew it was coming, and sometimes it's just predicting the play. Albany's going to kill off this penalty here. They'll get back to even strength, trailing by 1. They scored the first 4 goals in this contest. Simmons off the bench. Set play here. Double screen comes and he got around the seal. Let it go, but Kajzek took that extra half step out, right? You know, it's just those little adjustments in a game. I know his goalie coach, Evan Kirk, is big on it. As Mike Messenger, little spin move, let it go. Jamieson makes the save.
Love the spin move. Jamieson, sharp save as he got all twisted up, but comes up with the stick.
Nardella in transition denied by Kajzek, and he'll go right into them.
Well, you know the Rush defenders having a defenseman as a backup goalie tonight are going to make sure they're not shoving anybody into Thomas Kajzek. He's got to stay healthy tonight.
Austin Shanks now back over to the captain. Defender lost his weapon. Keenan flips it. Takes by Walter. Off the crossbar. It ends up in the netting above the glass. Reset comes. Zach Mansell called the play. Floats one up for Walter. Get a bit of a wheel going here. Mans down for Church. Hot stick in this opening half. Keenan shot, scores! Ryan Keenan lets it go from Dinsmore, and the Rush lead by 2.
Doug Jamieson's gonna want that one back. He's one of the best goalies of the National Lacrosse League, but everybody's got their moments as Jamieson lets that one in by the left foot. He thought he had the angle down, but the captain, Keenan, who's been on an absolute heater of late, able to find some space. Great pass across there by Robert Church. Keenan using the man as a screen. Jamison thought he had his guy, thought he had the angle, maybe playing a little deep, and that one just squeaks by him. The seeing eye shot by Ryan Keenan. Those are the kind of goals that weren't falling for Keenan to start the year. They've started coming around now, Cody.
As a lacrosse goaltender, though, you have to play a little bit deeper when the ball is moving faster, and the Rush are moving the ball more than they were in that first 10 minutes of the opening quarter, forcing Jamison to be a little less comfortable. Well, and I think that's the moral of the story here.
And they're driving the goal a lot more than they were to start this one as well, Cody. So he's got to stay honest on both ways.
Albany has the ball up top. Dyson Williams with it. They do have their timeout, so if they get the resets, they can go 6-on-5. Williams lost it, though. Picked up by Messenger. Here goes Mike Messenger in transition. Has the ball. Shot clock and game clock pretty well even. Mann's on his backhand trying to go around the world. Jamison has it. Now it's up for Masson, and Albany's going to get their timeout. 10 seconds left. Again, it's one of those decisions of, are you hot and do you want to take that look, or do you want to kill off the rest of the half? Hey, I'll let the players decide. They're a lot closer to the temperature than we are.
I mean, my opinion, when you started this game on your back foot down 4-0, the last thing you want to do is go ahead and give Albany any kind of momentum, because this FireWolves team has proven in this game how explosive that offense can be. They had 4 goals by the time we were 5 minutes into this one. You could hear a pin drop in SaskTel Center. So again, sometimes I get it. You got the look, you've got an opportunity, but Zach Mann's on his backhand is not the optional shot that you're going to want there.
The next NLL Friday night on TSN set is the Vancouver Warriors visit the Halifax Thunderbirds on January 31st at 6:30 Eastern. Don't miss the action on TSN and ESPN+. So obviously, Glenn Clark and company will go 6-on-5 and take that opportunity. And for the Rush, well, up by 2, not a spot this team thought they would be in, or the fans thought they would be in. 45 minutes ago. I don't have a clock in front of me. I'm thinking that felt like an hour ago. That was a whole different game, it felt like. Well, it's the National Lacrosse League. Expect the unexpected. Basically, Big Brother. Ethan Walker will have it. 3 lefties, 3 righties out there. Walker, Firth, Williams. You've got Simmons, Kurtz, Piatelli. Realistically, any of these guys can take this final shot if you're Glenn Clark. Here's Walker over to Simmons. Little step back. Walker shoots and scores. 2.2 seconds left in the half, and Albany cuts the lead in half.
Walker with his second of the game, and what did I say, Cody? The last thing you want to do is give Albany the momentum coming out of half. You've battled back from 4-0 down. Your rookie goalie's starting to get back into it, and then a quick shot leads to a set play by Albany. And again, you've got 6 guys out there, all of them who can score. And Ethan Walker, the Peterborough product, proving that he can go ahead and do that with a great shot over the shoulder of the young Thomas Kajzek. And I get it, you still have the lead, but that's not what you want if you're a Saskatchewan Rush fan at all, or you're a Saskatchewan Rush player, Cody.
Yeah, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas are going to come out here as Rush Nation is going to head to the concession stands. We're at half, 9-8 is the score. Shots on goal so far, 33-23 in favor of the Saskatchewan Rush. And again, Albany did come out guns a-blazing. 4 of the first goals, the Rush scored 9 of the next 12. Yeah, they were firing. They got some power play opportunities, though. 3 for 4 on the man advantage as well. Ty Kurtz had a 4-assist opening half. Walker with 2, Simmons with 2, Williams with 2. And for Saskatchewan, Ryan Keenan, 2 goals, 4 assists. And down with Heather right now, it's Robert Church, who had 3 goals and 3 assists in that opening half.
All right, I'm sure it seems like 3 to 4 hours ago, maybe even yesterday, that you were handed that golden stick. What does that mean to you to be such a part of this great nation, the Rush Nation?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great honor to play for this team and to play for it as long as I have. So, anytime you can accomplish something like that, it's a great honor. But, got that stick. Hilty took it off, and, it's game time, and we're focused and ready to go.
Yeah, and you really exploded there. Starting in the first quarter, you started playing with some real grit, some real energy. How do you keep that up in the second half?
Yeah, I think we just got to keep moving on offense. We're shooting the ball well. Dougie's an unreal goalie, so it takes a tough shot to beat him. So, we keep moving it, get him side to side, and shooting the ball well, and we'll be doing just fine.
Thanks, Robert. Good luck in the second half.
Robert Church right there, 6 points in the opening half, along with Ryan Keenan. Austin Shanks had a goal and 3 assists for Saskatchewan as well. It's Retro Night in Saskatchewan. Rowdy getting in all the action. The Rush and FireWolves in an absolute thriller. 9-8's the score. Halftime coming up next. At the half here in Saskatchewan, the Rush and FireWolves in an absolute thriller. 9-8 is the score. Is Saskatchewan, well, they kind of turned the tides after allowing that first 4, but it has been a thriller. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you here. Let's just get to the highlights because there is a lot of them.
Oh, it's just a tale of 2 games in this one, Cody. Coming out with a rookie in net. Albany wanted to start hot, and that's exactly what they did. Putting up 4 goals in the first 5 minutes, and it was silence in the SaskTel Center.
But they were good shots too, right? Yeah. They were not easy ones for Kaizek.
No, certainly not. And then the tide starts to turn. You could tell the Rush veterans started to say, hey, it's time to turn it around, and it got a little back and forth there. Maybe that's about the only one you could fault the youngster for, maybe getting out a little bit early, but then the Rush turned it back on the veterans. Guys like Walter Triolo with a highlight.
I thought that was one where that felt the momentum turn.
Oh, absolutely. I think you felt it there, and then I think you felt it here as well, too, Cody. Robert Church had just taken a hard hit. He was down on the ground for a couple minutes, and he turned it back on, but this Albany offense is just so good. They've got so many options, but it was like when Robert Church got knocked down and got back up again, he just got back up as a completely different player. Angry Bobby, if you could call, but Albany weathered the storm, and they just kept coming back, and it's just been a back and forth battle the whole way. Took a while till I believe it was this goal where the Saskatchewan Rush actually came back and took the lead. Pardon me, it was a Church goal. I was one a little early. But to come back for that 4-0 deficit, and Albany has not taken the foot off the gas at all. As you saw that last goal right before halftime here, Cody, right before the break. The momentum is in Albany's favor, and I mean, they spotted themselves a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, what a half, though. Okay, shots on goal, 33-23 in favor of the Rush. Joe Nardella, the better of the 3 at the dot. He's won 12-6. Power plays. The Rush are 3 for 4. You got to expect summer coming Albany's way in the second half. Loose ball battle, 1 up for Albany, and the turnovers, the FireWolves to turn it over 3 more times. 9-8 is the score. We'll check around the league and more as the Pogo Master takes us to the break. At the half here in Saskatchewan, it's 9-8 for the Rush over the Albany FireWolves. Robert Church has a hat trick around the NLL in week number 9. Yesterday, it was Toronto going into the Saddle Dome, beating the Roughnecks 14-9. Ottawa topped Vancouver 8-4 yesterday. A low-scoring affair there. Adam Charlene-Beatty's 3 goals, 3 assists. Keegan Ball had a 5-point game in that one. Aiden Walsh was fantastic. And tonight, Colorado, 3 straight to end the 4th quarter. Zed Williams with the game winner with 3 seconds left. Ridiculous. Eli McLaughlin, 4 goals. 5-point night for Ryan Lee. It's the Mammoth moving to 5-3 with a big win over Rochester at Blue Cross Arena. Last week, pinned north of the border rivals Saskatchewan and Toronto against each other, and it brought some exciting moments that our microphones caught for the latest edition of NLL Wire. Here's what Rush's Austin Shanks and Toronto's Josh Dawick had to say.
And if we get a second one, or 51, I don't mind. It's going to go here, Shake, they want you coming this way. As you catch it, take 2 steps, take it off the board.
I'm going to go low to high. Like a sidearm, sidearm. Stay high, stay high, stay high, stay high. I'm low.
Hey, fellas, hey, that happens because Shanksy runs through the middle as 3.
Shot, Tommy, shot!
Frankie!
Attaboy, Spark.
CC's the Selly guy. This is great.
Good? Good, Hills?
Let's go! Sorry, Dad.
I'm going up, pick, elbow pick, and then I'm going all the way across pick to you.
Okay. Nice look, Churchy.
Yeah. Needed that one, eh?
At the half here in Saskatchewan, it's the Rush leading 9-8 on the Albany FireWolves. An interesting first half, to say the least. The Rush found themselves down by 4. Just 5 minutes into this contest here at the dot. Joe Nardella, 12 for 18, going up a combo of Jake Naso and Mike Messenger. Naso has yet to return in this contest. Would assume that means his night is done. Nardella snaps up another face-off, and the FireWolves have the ball to begin the second half. Albany going left to right, wearing their whites with maroon shoulders. The Rush wearing greens, going right to left on your TV screen. FireWolves with the ball. Sam Firth sends it across. Little toe drag by Kurtz. Spins back on Boudreau. Inside look. Firth is denied. Couple of Ottawa area boys doing battle so far. Kaisick has had Sam Firth's number. Zach Mans now goes for a jog. He's been quiet in this game. Only 1 assist. Not usual for the team's leader in points. Over to Brock Haley. Up top, it's Shanks. Church got dumped. Here goes Mans. One-on-one with Jakelski. Mans 5 to shoot. Cuts inside, drives, and he's denied by Jamieson. Back the other way. Here goes Byrne. Michael Byrne denied by Kaisick as he's going to fall back. Couple of stops to start the third quarter.
Much better start to the third quarter than it was of this game for Thomas Kaisick, who looks like he's settled in. The rookie making his first career start as Frank Chiliano is out of the lineup tonight.
Over and back called as Adam Jane. I don't know if that was deflected or his stick was hit, but end of the day, it's not the pass you want to throw. And Albany is going to get possession. Walker floats one up here for Piatelli. Cornell product has 5 goals this year. Ball got soaked. I think Albany wants to get a lot of shots off early, but here goes Accioni. Boudreau with the match. Accioni cuts inside, trying to go short side. Jamieson wasn't biting at all.
Yeah, they had a lot of success shooting early and often in the opening minutes of this game. Looking to repeat here coming out of the second half again with that late goal scored with just 2 seconds left in the opening half.
Walker now will jog it in. Has Dyson Williams on the roll. Williams to the middle, scores. There's the hat trick for 51 in white.
We highlighted the 2 51s that are both rookies in this league, and so far, Dyson Williams absolutely winning that battle. Hat trick goal right there for him. Third of the night, while Brock Haley for the Rush has been left silent. They want to get lots of shots on, but this one here, Dyson Williams, such a dangerous shooter, being able to go across his body and through a screen. Great shot there from Williams. He jumps up to change the angle, then goes down low while moving through the air. That's hard to do, especially hard to do in your first year in the league.
It's getting to those prime shooting areas and making the Rush pay, as Albany has the last 2 in this contest now. Sam Firth on the logo. Glenn Clark's squad has the ball here as Williams back off the bench. A little bit of a heat check there as he steps down into one. Kaisick scoops up the loose ball.
Well, if you're hot, why not just keep shooting for Dyson Williams? With 3 goals already tonight, and he's, to me, definitely looked like Albany's most dynamic offensive player.
212 goals for him at Duke. Oh, that's just a few there. Inside feed, Robert Church looking for another, but he's denied by Jamieson.
That's 2 now where Jamieson has been a little twisted up, but keeping his stick in great position to come up with a couple big betwixt the leg saves.
The Rush haven't beat him too much 5-hole in this game, but that's obviously what their scout is telling them to find. Firth up top for Piatelli. Little look for Kurtz as he tries to spin back on Boudreau. Walker now right down the main street, then he whips one wide. Trying to go stick side again as a long range shot. This one misses the mark as well. It's off the end dashers and bounces all the way into FireWolf territory.
Got another SaskTel center pounce for the Saskatchewan Rush there as they'll get a full 30 in FireWolves territory.
Ryan Keenan, the captain, out of the corner. One so far in the contest. Has Triolo up top. Finds Austin Shanks. Shanks now, his pass got knocked down. Let's get back on defense as McDonald knocked it free. Big lefty out of Davenport, a little MCLA alumni. Joining the ranks of the National League. Little inside flip by Simmons. Bounces through a couple of teammates. Mike Messenger's going to roll. Robert Church is up the floor. That's who they hit. Church on a breakaway denied by Jamieson.
Great save by Doug Jamieson, but we're going to have an illegal substitution call here coming against Albany as somebody was flying out trying to get to Robert Church. Looks like McDonnell's heading to the sin bin. He is the in-home for Albany.
Albany bench minor, 2 minutes, illegal substitution.
That's the second time that Albany's been charged with that tonight, Cody, on two almost identical plays. The Rush power play coming into tonight, last in the league. Well, Albany's penalty kill has been average, about 10th in the league so far. But the Rush, they've found another gear on this power play, which has been a huge point in their comeback from 4-0 down.
Robert Church has 2 power play goals in this contest already. Austin Shanks has 1. Lefty strong look. Keenan's up top. Down low for Walter, and he scores! Double it up. Clark Walter has his second.
Clark Walter and the dirty areas in tight go together like peanut butter and jam. This time it's Walter finding the open side, blasting it into the feet of Doug Jamieson and getting it behind the Albany goaltender with the quick stick. The Rush on the power play, Albany's D is so aggressive. They're always going after their man, but on the power play, you're able to take advantage of that a little bit. As you watch the number 22 there jump up and try to get to him. That's Nick Chikowski. Jumps up to Church, who's had the hot hand. Well, that leaves Clark Walter open in his favorite spot right beside the net. And the Rush and the Albany 2-goal run.
I'm pretty sure if you went back to the last time Albany was here, December 31st, 2023, there is an exact same power play goal that Clark Walter scored. I think opposite ends of the floor. But that is incredibly similar to stuff we've seen out of the one they call Sparky in Saskatchewan. Rush lead 10-9. FireWolves looking for a response. Piatelli off the bench. Let it fly. Kaizak makes the save. Jay has the rebound.
Boudreau's out there directing traffic. Jay had somebody behind him ready to strip him, but Boudreau barking out to his fellow defender to make a move, and he did right in the nick of time.
Mans cross for Triolo. Trying to go far side, bounces it wide. Rush will have to get back on defense as Zach Young thought about going for a bit of a jog there. Decides to pull it up. Connor McClellan's on him though. Now Moyer popped it up. Sam Firth comes down with the pop fly. Cross for Simmons. Team laid 96 points last season. In front, Piatelli was open. Penalty coming. Oh no, again, not a penalty, I guess. They're going to give him a reset. Thought the ref had his hand up for a couple extra seconds. 30-second clock gets reset for the FireWolves. Simmons has it up top as Kaizak saved by the crossbar on that opportunity. Here's Moyer. Moyer now kicks it back. Firth lost the rock. Hossack has it though. 9:30 left to go in the third quarter. Hossack, long change here. Keenan down low. Accioni says, hey, let's wait this one out as the Rush will get a change. Offense on the floor. Robert Church was cutting back door. Got it off the half wall. Church finds Zach Mans. Zach Mans now let it go, and that shot got blocked. Brock Haley has it, flips it. Captain Keenan, little dance inside, and it's off the mark. Ryan Keenan. Oh, you don't get many better looks than that. The offense is back in the second half. Doug Jamieson. Little sigh of relief as Keenan was wide open. The Rush lead 10-9.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center. Well, Jake Nuso looking forward to taking on Joe Nardella again tonight at the face-off spot. Unfortunately, he was out. I did get a chance to talk to Coach Jimmy Quinlan, and he says he's got a lower body injury. He's not going to be returning tonight. He was talking about that first game. He had a lot of nerves. If you want to find a rookie who is extremely calm, you can just look over at the Albany FireWolves, number 16 defenseman, Zachary Masson. Now, he is coming over for his rookie year at the age of 28 because he's coming from a career in hockey. And playing so many pro years, he knows how to stay calm in situations such as the game tonight. It allowed him to score a goal. But overall, in Albany season, just understanding that these have been close games that they've lost. Their record doesn't necessarily represent who they are. And so he's focused and ready to go. Guys?
Thanks, Heather. I can barely curl. I couldn't imagine doing two sports at a high level. As well with Naso out, Messengers is 3-14 on the dot for the Rush tonight.
FireWolves back to work. Masson, some of those transition players that Albany has relied upon this season. Tyson Williams up top, 3 lefties on the floor. Inside feed first, all alone, scores. Snuck behind the Rush defenders, and we're tied at 10.
You mentioned it coming out of half, Cody, that Firth had been a little quiet tonight. Well, he finds himself wide open. Just a sneaky little play to get behind the Rush defense. Again, when you got to focus on all 5 guys here for Albany because they can all bury, Firth just literally walks behind everybody, goes completely unmarked, and he's all alone in front of Thomas Kajzek. The rookie does his best, but you give Sam Firth that kind of time and space, it's going in the back of the net.
Well, 10-10. Why not? Add a couple more goals. Here goes Joe Nardella in transition. Try to float one over for Tchaikovsky. Backdoor feed. Nardella wanted the quick stick. The one-timer slips out. Ball is on the ground. Now that should be over and back here as Burnt will put it on the carpet.
Nardella almost had another goal there, but getting back just in the nick of time was Connor McClellan just to interfere with him just a little bit.
Robert Church up top for Mike Triolo. Rush offense going back to work. Scored 5 in the opening quarter, 4 in the second. Zach Mans out of the corner. Mans back over Church in the feet of Jamieson. Loose ball on the ground, scooped up by Volkov.
It's been where most of the Rush shots from outside have come. They haven't had a tremendous amount of success. It's been more so when they've got in tight on Jamieson.
FireWolves offense looking for another. Simmons down to the corner for Kurtz on the roll. Little bouncer. Didn't get a piece of Thomas Kajzek. Boudreau's gonna stand on it for 5 seconds. Wisely kick it back. That way the defenders can go and change and you get 5 fresh forwards on the floor.
Brilliant veteran play there by Jake Boudreau in just his 3rd season.
Zach Mans, little swim back. Wisely didn't force that one inside. Austin Shanks has it now. Shanks won't shoot it. Zach Mans gets it. Little roll to the middle. Step back, scores! Zach Mans buries, and he's got 19 on the year.
All of our talk tonight has been Church. It's been Keenan. Well, Zach Mans, as the Albany defense, you can see, has been paying more attention to Robert Church. That gives Mans a great opening here. You cannot give him that kind of time and space. He goes unmarked, little step back. That just enough hesitation. He gets away from the stick of the defender, Will Johansson, out of Victoria. And Zach Mans is not going to miss from there very often with a little bit of time. He's got 19 on the year, his first of the evening.
It was only a matter of time before 2
100%.
tinkled the twine. And Zach Mans, first of the game, 19th on the season. Picked up in that Mark Matthews trade, July of 2023. As Nardella scoops up the face-off win as Mike Triolo steps in for Messenger. And at this point, it's a little bit more of a formality at the dot. And if you can give Messenger that extra rest, I think that's where Derek Keenan and company are coming from. Williams now, outside look. Kajzek makes a save, rebound shot back at him. Off someone.
Great athleticism to get up and then identify that rebound, and not only just bat it away, but scoop it up and calm things down.
Hossack and Keenan collided up top while going off. Keenan still has it though. Shanks off the bench. Little flip inside. Church is there. Wanted to go quick and try to find some room under the glove. Keenan, 3 to shoot. One hand on his stick. We've seen a couple of goals like that this season. Maybe not exactly from that angle, but hey, the kids are going to try things these days that we never thought were possible 15 years ago. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the FireWolves to work with. Kazik a kick save on Piatelli. It's the left toe. Boots this one out. Here goes Matt Accioni on a break. Accioni dumps it back. Sets the seal. Inside feed is behind Triolo. One too many passes for the Rush, who probably should have tried to punch that one on goal.
Well, especially if you're Matt Barnable. He's got some offensive chops in transition. I would have liked to see him take a crack there. You had Mike Triolo crash into the net for a potential loose ball off the rebound.
Piatelli, 8 points coming into this contest for the Cornell alumni. Walker. Outside look, Simmons trying to shoot around a screen. Kazik's going to make that stop, and he controls the rebound as well.
Now that Kazik settled in, that behind-the-net trickery by Albany is not working quite as well because Kazik's able to stand up, stay strong. He's making those saves from outside now, unlike early in this game.
Zach Matz will peel it back. A little swim move. Thought about driving on Byrne again. He's got some of the fastest wheels in the game. Here's Mans looking for a pass. Hits Walter trying to go around the world. Save made by Jamieson. Now the Rush will battle for a loose ball here. This one gets floated out. And a wise play by the Albany defenders to get it over half before the 8-second count comes up. Michael Byrne, team lead 9 caused turnovers coming into this game. Gets the offense rolling down in the corner. Doesn't to shoot. Piatelli outside for Kurtz. Kurtz now. Pick got set by Firth. Walker drives on Jake, trying to go short side. Save made by Kazik, and he puts the bear paw on it.
Tell he's really calmed down, taking moments to just breathe, letting the ball sit there for a moment. Thomas Kazik is starting to look like a guy that could play in the league.
You just can't microwave success, right? No. It doesn't just happen in a minute. It takes some time. Ryan Keenan now, he'll run around. Back for Church, inside, Triolo handcuffed. They can't use him now. Keenan backdoor. Church scores! Number 4 for 17, and the Rush have a dozen.
Robert Church driving to the net like that is always dangerous. Sometimes you get veteran guys in this league that don't want to go to the dirty areas, but you heard it from Robert Church. He is here to win and win again, and he's going to do what he needs to do. Church gets open just for a second, driving towards the goal. Great quick stick and a great feed there by Ryan Keenan. Now that both these guys are cooking at once, look out for the Saskatchewan Rush. Another 2-goal lead here, 8th of the year for Robert Church, who, remember, did miss some time. He's got 4.
Franchise goal leader, 359 now in Robert Church's career. All in a Rush sweater. Accioni finds Bobby Kidd III. Last time I said that, the two of them connected in transition for a goal. Man's now up top on the logo. Haley down for Shanks. Church up top. No heat check coming. Here's Mans though. Little spin back on Byrne. Double spin. Haley's up top. Fires and scores! The single leg sleeve sniper Brock Haley puts the Rush up by a field goal.
Brock Haley had been quiet tonight. We talked about the battles of the rookies wearing 51. Dyson Williams has the hat trick. Meanwhile, Brock Haley's got the goal to put his team up by a hat trick. One of the best young shooters in the league. He hasn't had a lot of time and space, but so much attention again to Zach Mans. Little spin move there. Good pick on the inside, and Haley can just really step into one. Little around the defender, and he went in. And we've got a goaltending change as Napanee, Ontario's Andrew Kidd is coming in. Who would have saw this coming at the beginning of this one, Cody?
Well, I think the odds of who would be, going to their backup goalie first. Still got to go to Albany because the Rush's backup goalie has never worn goalie gear before today, and Keegan Bell. But nonetheless, Andrew Kidd between the pipes. Couple of Nepean boys doing battle between the pipes. We're back after the break in Saskatchewan.
The Saskatchewan Rush leading the Albany FireWolves by 3 goals. One of those scored just recently by Zach Mans. And this is a guy the Saskatchewan Rush want to heat up. And not just because he's a great goal scorer, but for slightly superstitious reasons as well. Coach Jimmy Quinlan pointed out to me tonight, or just the other day, that he has scored, Zach Mans, in every game, but when he has only scored 1 goal, they have lost. And when he has scored multiple goals, they have won. Now, correlation doesn't mean causation. I'm not blaming Zach Mans for any type of loss, but once he gets going, we know he can get really hot. He scored 6 goals in that second half against Halifax. We're going to see if he can do it again tonight, guys.
Thanks, Heather. Zach Mans, numbers never lie, but they can be manipulated.
FireWolves offense on the floor. Dyson Williams inside. Defenders all over Kurtz. Barnable goes for a bit of a jog. He'll post up in the neutral zone here. He's had a couple of chances in transition. He can definitely has the green light to stay in play. That he will here. Shanks cross for the captain. Keenan. Pick set by Mans. Keenan inside. Mans only had one hand on his stick. Church in the corner, 7 to shoot. Out for Keenan. Andrew Kidd between the pipes. Former Toronto Junior A Beaches netminder. Sir Thomas Kazik took over after Kidd.
Battle of the Beaches tonight, Cody.
Kazik last year, .810 save percentage in the Ontario Junior League. Here's Moyer up top. Little flip inside for Kurtz. Sends up on the turf. Messenger knocks it for Kidd. Kidd the third was trying to just hold it down there. Couple seconds left for Moyer. He's behind the net. Little dunk attempt. Wouldn't go on Kazik though, and I think a couple of words were exchanged down there.
Well, as they should be, as that was a hard battle there between Messenger and about everybody else wearing white. The dunk attempts worked for Toronto. The behind the nets worked for Albany tonight, but so far unable to beat Kazik.
Shanks for Walter inside, looking for the hat trick. He's denied by Kidd.
Great save there by Kidd. What a way to settle into the game. One of the first good looks you see is Clark Walter flying through the air, going to your far side.
They can, yeah, I don't think, you want to see, I was trying to think of who they'd rather see, but again, Clark Walter has been good in this game. A lot of the rush forwards have been getting in on the fun here. Walker's out of the corner. He'll get around Jake. Held up a little bit, spins and fires on a kick save and a beauty by Kazik. Transition, here goes Hossack. Hossack back for Barnable. Hammer shot. That's a good stop by Kidd as well, who doesn't give up the rebounds.
No, great rebound controls. We've got the 2 young goaltenders here now battling it out. Kidd seeing that kind of pressure bearing down on him. 2 transition guys for Saskatchewan that can definitely shoot.
Moyer for Williams. Williams has a hat trick in this one. Inside feed. Kurtz has his first of the contest.
Kurtz has been dishing them out the entire game. Now his turn to get onto the score sheet with a goal. 4 assists, and even he's looking up on the replay in this one as he's flying through the air, goes back to the opposite side, and this is so hard to do, folks. And he goes all over the arm, or I believe maybe under here. It goes over, that left arm of Thomas Kazik. Didn't give him much room, and Kurtz is able to find it. His first of the night after 4 assists so far in this one. And Albany is hanging around. That's 16 on the season for Ty Kurtz.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time. I mean, the guy had 180 goals at Delaware. He can ball out. He's got the ball again here. Defended by a Kidd the third. 35 seconds left to go in the quarter. Albany down by 2. Simmons, little up pick. Kurtz to the middle. Let it go. Rebounds there for Simmons, and he's stopped again. Rebound, they score. Third time's the charm, and the lead's down to 1 for Saskatchewan.
You can't put that on the goaltender. Your goaltender should have the first one, maybe the second, but the third one, just a defensive breakdown here by the Saskatchewan Rush. As they end up in a bit of a rut defensively there. It's not often you see something like that. That looks like driveway ball hockey with all of those attempts, and starts there, 1 rebound. Kazik gets it, makes another great save there, goes right over to the far side there.
There's no one picked up Piatelli.
Right. And how could you not in this chaos drill like that? You gotta have sticks on sticks. And again, especially a team like Albany, everybody on the floor at all times can score, especially from in tight. And Albany, as they've done late in halves, late in quarters, kind of sucked the air out of this place.
Messenger and Nardella meet again on the stripe. Nardella's outlet pass was knocked away by Boudreau, but he got it right back. 12 left to go in the quarter. Albany's going to go 6-on-5. Jankowski's got a break all alone. Jankowski stopped by Kazik.
He goes down in the splits to take that one away. The ball under it. We talked about the kind of goalie that Thomas Kazik is. Very athletic, and you see it there. I would tear all my leg muscles if I tried that.
Inside feed, and Boudreau. Oh my, Andrew Kidd denies him with less than a second to go in the quarter. 13-12 is the score. The forwards have been phenomenal. Robert Church, 9 points. Alex Simmons has 5. Don't go anywhere. The fourth is coming up. The National Lacrosse League celebrates the heritage of this game and the many Indigenous contributions we all enjoy. During warm-ups, players are wearing orange shirts designed by Mohawk artist Corey Parkin as a reminder that every child matters. The artwork contains several Indigenous symbols, such as a sky dome, turtle shell, tree of peace, and variations of a wooden stick, which have long been used throughout the game's history. We invite all of you to visit NLLunites.com to learn more.
A back and forth battle so far tonight. Albany goes up 4, Saskatchewan ties it up, then goes up 3, but 1 goal away from that lead being evaporated here, as it's been some men very responsible for it. Robert Church, 9 points tonight. Alex Simmons, 6 points tonight. And after Kidd came in, look who's back again. It's Dougie Jamieson, call a friend.
There you go, Doug Jamieson between the pipes for the final 15, and we are in for a thriller. Albany's got the last 2, and they're down by 1. Walker with the ball, sends it over to Kurtz. Kurtz now around the Piatelli seal. That shot got blocked by Messenger. Kazik will step out of his crease and make the outlet pass for Jake Boudreau. Boudreau scored the second of the game for Saskatchewan in that first quarter. He'll have it up top here again. It's down for Zach Mans. Rush trying to get their offensive troops out. Mans by himself, and he doesn't need anyone else. That's 2 for number 2, and the Rush are up by a pair.
Zach Mans, the awareness. That is a goal scorer's awareness right there. You could tell Albany was trying to get set up into that V that they like to play, keeping everything to the outside. Mans saw Jankowski breaking towards the far post, and he knew he had a moment as he was paying attention to Ryan Keenan. So Mans takes the step, knows he has a space, knows that the back is turned, and Mans is able to beat Doug Jamieson, who, as we mentioned, was pulled for the last half of the third quarter. And I really thought that Andrew Kidd played well, but Doug Jamieson, when you're the veteran goalie, you want to go back in, I guess you have that right.
Face-off win by Mike Triolo. Snaps one over to Matt Accioni. Now, I have seen at practice and shoot-around Triolo doing some face-off work with Naso. Maybe it's just something to go against. Here's the hat-trick attempt by Mance. Rebound for Keenan. Got stopped as well. But there you go. Mike Triolo snaps one up against one of the best in the league in Nardella. Gave the Russian opportunity. Now the FireWolves look to respond. Alex Simmons has 6 points in the game, along with Dyson Williams. Williams and Simmons play pass up top on the restraining line. Simmons now, a little bit of a cutback. Push back to the dot by Messenger, 2 to shoot. Tried to bounce it short side, and that's just good defense by Saskatchewan. They really pushed him out, 6 on hands, and it's what they didn't do in the opening quarter. They gave Albany too many grade A chances, uncontested. Now Church will dump it down for Shanks. Austin Shanks had the OT winner when these teams met back in November. Church up top, looking for 5, punched out by Jamison.
And if you're Saskatchewan, this is a team that started slow all season long, and you can do that when Frank Chiliano's back there. Not in the lineup tonight. We got a rookie making his first career start. Well, that's when your offense has to wake up and go win it for the Rook, and so far they've stepped up.
Walker now, trying to find a lane, won't do so. McClellan laying some healthy slashes. Kurtz inside. That's going to be a penalty on Saskatchewan. Rebound by Walker. Denied again by Thomas Kazik.
The Rook getting a little bit of love here from the home crowd, but taking a look here on the near side, Alex Simmons, he's shaken up just a little bit. He didn't even look like a passing option as he took something to the face, but he's going to stay on and play this power play, knowing that they need a goal.
Well, if you couldn't hear it, it's Accioni going for a hold. Albany go to the power play first time of the game. They're 50% on the year. Rush penalty kills at 59%.
Yeah, good play here by Accioni as Kurtz was heading towards the net.
Walker finds Kurtz. Outside look for Williams. Little step down. Trying to go high. Buzzes the tower of Kazik. Kazik made 12 stops in that third quarter. And again, it's been an NLL season high. Frank Chiliano made 16 saves in a quarter number 1 against Albany in that opening game. So, hey, the FireWolves come out blazing. And again, you're a goaltender, you got to be sharp early. Kazik probably not as sharp as he wanted to be, but the Rush have bounced back and found a way to stick in this game. Here's Triolo trying to spin his way through a double team. Got through one. Shot goes low on Jamison, who kicks it out with the left hand.
Triolo bouncing back. He had about a 1.5-minute long shift after the face-off win. He was stuck out on defense. I don't know how he's got any legs left, Cody. Good to see that.
Power play back to work for Albany. Kurtz is up top, right? Strong as Simmons, a little bit of wheel. Plenty of room to shoot. And Kazik got just enough of it. Loose ball was freaky. Walker comes down with it. Simmons will set up. Kurtz is up top again. Down low. Quick stick roll by Kazik.
What a save by the young man. One of the better goaltending prospects in the world. Pure athleticism there.
Simmons now. Won't shoot it. Kurtz flip back. Simmons takes it. Denied by Kazik. Rebound grab by Garland. Garland will go for a bit of a jog here.
There's 20 seconds left on the penalty kill here, Cody. Saskatchewan's penalty kill 4th in the league at almost 60% coming into this one.
Matches Albany's power play, sitting at 4th as well. Simmons and Walker each with 5 power play goals this season. Rush shorthanded though. They scored twice a man down this year. Mance, 3 on the shot clock. Trying to get something on goal. Let the bouncer go and he gets the reset. If you're a lacrosse nerd, that got you off your couch. You love that play. And we're back to even strength here at 10:31 left to go in the 4th quarter.
I almost hit you in the chops with a hand signal. I was so pumped up about that play, Cody.
Clark Walter on the logo now. 2 goals for him in this contest. 3 lefties out there. Austin Shanks, the righty, has the ball. Down for Mans. Mans now back for Shanks. That one won't go. Church trying to track down the rebound on Burnt. Has it. Shanks is behind the net, floats it up for Ryan Keenan.
Got the reset there, saw new bodies coming on, calmed it down. Great veteran play there by Austin Shanks.
Robert Church now trying to pull it short side. Ends up bouncing wide and going out of play. So no reset comes for Saskatchewan, but now they'll get a chance to catch their breath. 14-12 is the score. Rush leading on Co-op Field. 10 minutes to go.
Don't miss any of the action this season. Head to NLL.com/tickets and get yourself front row seats to your favorite NLL team. All the big hits, highlight reel goals, and star-studded matchups. That's NLL.com/tickets. And if you go pick up some tickets here, in Saskatchewan. Probably going to see a lot of big nights from guys like Robert Church, Ryan Keenan. They've been the game leaders for the guys in green tonight. 9 points for Robert Church, 8 points for Ryan Keenan. Meanwhile, a couple of guys from Albany with 6 points each. Simmons, he's got 2 goals, 4 assists. The rookie Williams, 3 and 3, the hat trick on this fine evening in Saskatchewan.
Well, a 2-goal lead is good as not much in lacrosse. These things disappear on teams in the fourth quarter this year. Kurtz tries a quick stick. That won't go. Garland throws him to the turf, though. Loose ball push gets called. Kurtz on the reset, defended by Jake Boudreau. Simmons hacking his way through the middle. Outlet for Walker. Got around the screen, let it fly. Kazik makes a save. Messenger whiffs on the loose ball. Walker's got it back. Walker at the OT winner in this building a year ago. 2-man game with Williams. Williams now fadeaway shot got deflected. Kazik had to keep his eye on the ball there.
Good thing I got the deflection there, as Williams has been such a dangerous shooter through his first year in the league. Even tonight, 3 goals and 3 assists so far, Cody.
Church down for Shanks. The righties go to work. Keenan, the captain, inside. Church trying to go 5-full again. Jamison denied him. Shots are 52-46 in favor of the Rush. Johansson kicks it up. Kaschuk lets it fly. Save made by Kazik. Loose ball falls to Simmons. Backdoor Moyer. He's denied again by the rookie. He's 20 years old, folks. Thomas Kazik, real deal. Keeping the Rush up by 2.
He looks like he's playing ball hockey out there. Just the way he stretches and bends and comes up with these big athletic saves. Just incredible stuff.
Triolo shot. That went off a defender and into the upper bowl.
That might be a new record for highest ball shot off of somebody, Cody.
Well, you ask a lot of guys who has the hardest shot on the team. Triolo gets set more often than not. That one's going to hurt. Here's Brock Haley. Toe drag released, and he's stopped by Jamison. Walter. Push back. He'll find Triolo now. Still plenty of time, but a call coming up as Keenan got dumped by Nardella. 6 on 5 as Kazik goes to the bench. 3 righties, 3 lefties out on the floor. No, they sent 4 righties out there. Shanks, little step down, finds Mans, short side, he had room. Jamison makes the save. Loose ball, still free game. Mans has it behind the net, double team on him. Ball's on the ground. Nardella pops it up as he'll touch up. I think that's Mans having a few words now with the defender, Kaschuk, or Masson, pardon me. And
he's a former hockey guy, Cody. He's ready to drop the flippers.
Dave Mans is one of those guys here as well. As I think Shanks might have just taken one for Saskatchewan.
As we get a second look here, the original call, an up-high helmet hit with the stick to Ryan Keenan. He was shaken up for a couple minutes, taking that one to the side of the jaw. That's why you're seeing this kind of emotional reaction from the team. Their captain takes one in the face. You know, words are going to be said. Going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Is that call there, the cross-check to the head, it might get reviewed. It's at least worth the initial call of a major, and then we're going to get another look at it, is what I think is going to happen here, Cody.
Well, the refs' mics, there might be some technical issues, but I'm just going to say I'm lip reading from 200 feet. Actually, I saw them take off their helmets. They're reviewing this one. So obviously they called a major, and they're going to take another look at this. Again, we got to look in how it says you got to look at Joe Nardella in the penalty box. Him and Austin Shanks still having words. Says you got to look at Glenn Clark. He's obviously not thrilled about it here. Maybe we get another angle or so on the broadcast and really see. We'll keep an eye on Ryan Keenan as well. He is walking around out there, had a couple of words with the coaches, the trainers. He's a tough guy. It's going to take a lot to get the captain out of this game, especially with 7:30 left to go. In-house, we just got another look from the corner, and that is straight to the neck, ear.
Yeah, it looks like it hits him right. You can see the head snap back on the cross check there. And Ryan Keenan's not the kind of guy who's going to throw his head back and try to draw one. That's not the kind of player he is. That is stapled directly to the face. And you know, if you're knocking Ryan Keenan down, the man might have the best jaw in the entire National Lacrosse League. That is a hard hit, and
I don't know how you reverse this from a major to the minor, especially, again, when the role is to protect the players.
Yeah.
Right there is something you do not want in the game in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and as well, too, you got to look at it as the officiating crew here, and Shanks crossed the line by sticking up for his captain, going a little too far, right? That is worthy of a 2-minute minor. You can't have cancel and out penalties here. You're going to have chaos on the floor.
Well, we'll see if we can hear the official call. Looks like there's some more discussion going on. Well, again, if you could read hand signals there, kudos to you. Looks like they're going to get offsetting dead ball fouls.
And 5-on-5.
And that cross check is worth as much as Shanks' push. As with 7:32 left, looks like we'll play 5-on-5 here. 14-12. Again, it's getting late in the game. Sometimes you see things slide, but hey, we got a good lacrosse game going on here. They'll give Albany possession as well, and that's, I guess, why retaliation is so key, as Jimmy Quinlan wants an explanation, sure enough.
Well, I think for game management as an official, I've officiated a lot. You almost have to, you put it best there, Cody, that cross check to the head right now, you've said, is just as bad as a push after the whistle. Both are bad, but in terms of game management, you almost had to send a message there, go 5, go 2, give somebody a 3-minute power play, or even if you want to give Shanks 2 and 2 for something, you got to send someone to the power play. If not, this could get a little Western out here tonight, Cody.
Discipline praised by Jimmy Quinlan, and right now the Rush playing 5-on-5 instead of being on the power play. Simmons behind the net, pass out front intended for Kurtz, and it was picked off by Barnable. He'll jet north and pull up on the logo. Not wearing the knee brace in this one anymore. Maybe he's had enough of it. The leg feeling good after a preseason injury a couple seasons ago. Man's up top. Keenan's back on the floor. Spin down. Pushed back by Masson. Hard pick set by Walter. Walter now takes a hard hit there from Kaschalk. Ball in the corner. Triolo grabs onto it. Second left in the shot clock. And now a couple more shots. You said it's a temperature check, right? It's going to get heated. It's going to get physical. And you like to see that, right? Because if there was no emotion in this game, we'd be sleeping up here. 6:38 left to go. Fourth quarter, Albany down 2. Moyer to the middle, finds Ty Kurtz. Kurtz now around McClellan. Kick saved by Kaisick. Loose ball, Simmons bats it to the wall where it's grabbed by John Piatelli. He has 1 in the game, 6 on the season. Walker now, feed inside for Moyer. That got picked off as Thomas Kaisick stretches out and uses the scoop to pick it off. Here goes Jay in transition, 2-on-1. Jay takes it and scores! Adam Jay has his first in a Rush uniform, and it couldn't come at a better time.
It took him 2 seasons, and the boys are out. The defensive boys are out, giving the big hugs to Adam Jay. His 2nd season in the green, and he's got his first. And I love the little hesitation play that led to the goal. He looked like he was going to bear on down. Great break up there. Jake Boudreau does a great job picking up his man. Thomas Kaisick, little pass up to Jay. He's running. He kind of slows down for a minute, like he's going to dish it to Zach Mans. You see him kind of slow down. Doug Jamieson is looking at Zach Mans as this goal goes in. You're not expecting Adam Jay to shoot, but shoot he does, and the boys are fired up for the defender.
Sugar hits the speed burst, and what a finish there. Hey, Thomas Kaisick's going to get an assist on that. Fun fact, that's his 2nd NLL assist, right? I mean, hey, we call him a rookie getting his first start. He's played 7 minutes or so, roughly, in the league. All in relief efforts, of course, against 4 different teams, I will add. But hey, in his first start, picks up an assist. Adam J has his first of the season, first in a Rush jersey. He was a part of that trade on July 10th, 2023, that brought over Zach Mans, a draft pick that became Levi Anderson, and Adam J. It has worked out in Saskatchewan's favor, and with 6:07 left to go in the fourth quarter here. A little bit of a pause. I believe it's for an in-house replay. You've got to show it twice on the Jumbotron in-house. That's a league rule. It's mandated across the board, and so, hey, sometimes a bit of a technical difficulty. Glitches happen. Yeah, we work in broadcast. We know about those.
Technical difficulties never happening in Saskatchewan. Never in this building.
Kurtz gets the face off. Byrne battling down there. Accioni trying to grab it. He'll take a couple healthy ones from Kurtz, and then Messenger just a little too strong as his push delivers a bit of a bigger blow as Kurtz goes tumbling to the turf. And shot clock will get reset. Oh, I guess they're going to give Messenger a penalty here. 5:54 left. Albany is going to the power play. It'll be their second of the game.
That call there, calling the check from behind in that danger area by the boards, that's got to be an automatic, right? The fans in-house aren't going to like it. I do believe they are calling a 2 for the check from behind. You have to make that call. We talked about player safety. Those danger areas where a guy could hit his head on the boards. Great call here by the officials.
Power play goes back to work. They're 0 for 1 so far in the game, but they've got the 4th best power play in the league. Kurtz and Walker play pass up top. Williams is going to play lefty crease side. He'll roll up top. Kurtz behind the net. Kicked back. Williams takes the shot. Hit a couple of bounces. Pinballs its way to Kaizek. Somehow tracks it and somehow doesn't give up a rebound.
Again, when you're an athletic goalie that can make those kind of saves and control the rebound, that's what you want. That's how you can tell a guy's starting to feel it. Rough start for the kid they call Tommy Stops in-house, but it's been a bit of a redemption tour. You can tell he's doing well. He's controlling his rebounds. He's staying strong, making those athletic saves that made him a high pick.
Robert Church dumps it down low. I like T-Bone a little more than Tommy Stops. And hey, I think our guy, Frankie Sciliano, is maybe the one who even came up with that. I'm not sure, but I'll give him some credit here. Albany back on the power play, still got 60 seconds left on the man advantage. Walker has 5 on the power play this year. He's up top. Little inside feed for Firth. End up catching Hossack in the thigh. Loose ball. Garland's battling there. Kaizek's going to come in and put a couple dents in shins. You got to love it. He's going to play on the edge. He's the guy. He'll score goals. He's not afraid to drop the gloves. And he's done it all in summer ball and junior. He's 20 years old. He's still got another year left in juniors. And wow, this game is still getting interesting. Saskatchewan up 15-12. The rough stuff continues. Down the stretch we go on Co-op Field.
Time now for the assist of the game, brought to you by Eero. And it came from that man right there, Ryan Keenan, over to Robert Church. 12th goal of the night. Keenan threads the needle through about 4 different Albany defenders and their sticks. Finds Robert Church, who's got it up and ready for the quick stick. And that's your assist of the game. Seeing eye, threading the needle there for the captain, Ryan Keenan, who's having himself a night. That was his 6th assist of the night. He's got 8 points, only behind Robert Church's 9.
Well, between the pipes, Thomas Kaizek has stopped 22 out of 26 so far in this second half here.
Is that good?
The Rush will give the ball to Zach Mans. Thomas Kaizek is going to be an outlet here. Mans decides he wants to run with it. Kaizek's going to have to get back in the cage, but Zach Mans, yeah, you're not catching him in that little 40-yard dash. Good luck. The guy could have played college basketball almost anywhere because of those boots. Instead, we're lucky enough to watch him in the NLL thanks to a little stint at Drexel. Ball goes over to Brock Haley. 10 on the shot clock. Haley let that one go off the hip. Trying to go 5-hole on Jamison. He's denied.
No looker off the hip as he was running across as well. Little razzle-dazzle there by the Rook.
Kurtz up top, 15 seconds left on this FireWolves power play. Pass got deflected by Boudreau. Back to Walker, little dance inside. He whips it wide. Kurtz has it again. Ref's gonna count down. There wasn't supposed to be a reset. Inside, now Simmons is denied by Kazik, and he wants to push it. Mike Messenger's up the floor, and Messenger misses the breakaway pass. Bounces back to him. Messenger inside, whips it high.
SaskTel center boards with the members bounce, but Mike Messenger unable to close the deal. And a big offensive set here now for Albany with just 3:30 left to go, down 3.
A lot of lacrosse left. Ethan Walker's on the logo. Glenn Clark and company not in any rush. Passed out for Firth, and they score. Just like that, the lead is down to 2.
Sam Firth is second of the night, came into tonight with 16 goals on the season. They were able to limit him a little bit early in this one, but he's been able to break out here in the second half. Just great ball movement. He finds a soft spot in the rush D, and he's alone in tight. And Thomas Kazik's made some great saves here in the second half, but he's not going to get that one by Sam Firth as he just flies through into the middle. Part of me's got 9 on the season. Getting credit for a few more,
Once
Cody,
they
right?
went to 6-on-5 there, it was a quick one. Doug Jameson had just got to the bench. But again, they went 6-on-5, opens up one shooter, and that's Ethan Walker, who, hey, that's obviously what they're going for. They've pumped 52 shots on goal as Nardella scoops this one back for Doug Jameson.
Well, that's what you're able to do when you have Nardella and you know he's going to win that faceoff. You don't have to rush your offensive sets here under 5 minutes. You're able to set up, find an opening, run your goalie to the bench, and create chaos.
Dyson Williams on the roll. Whips over for Piatelli. He'll let the shot go. Deflected by Garland. Loose ball got scooped up, thrown for Jake Boudreau. Boudreau now going for a bit of a jog. He's got 3 goals on the season, 10 points. Boudreau runs himself into trouble, though. Double team coming. Forwards are probably going to have to get off the floor here soon. Mans can't get control of it. Kaschank will. Jameson's going to go to the bench. 6-on-5 with 2:30 left to go here in the fourth. Floated up for Simmons. 6-on-5. Walker and Simmons are up top. Williams down low with Kurtz. That's who gets it. Kurtz. Room to shoot. Cuts to the middle. Denied by Kazik. Thomas Kazik dropping down. Stick in the right position. And makes the stop. Now it's outlet down to Keenan. You see the veteran says, hey, I'm getting down to the corner here, and we're going to eat the full 30 seconds of this shot clock.
And great job by Connor McClelland. Had the open net for a second, but he's not shooting that from 200 feet away. He knows wasting time is more valuable than a long-distance attempt.
Keenan to Triolo. Triolo, little pump fake, saved me by Johnson. Church on the rebound, scores! Bobby big time. Robert Church has 5, and the Rush are up by 3.
His 10th point of the night. Pure athleticism and talent by Bobby Church as he pops up into the sky and throws it behind Kidd. Great play there. Triolo, we talked about his hard shot. Church is going hard to the net, jumps up to stay out of the crease and puts that behind Kidd. It'll be reviewed here as we are in the final 2 minutes, but it looks like Church is able to stay up as that ball ends up behind Kidd. Cody, we talked about how a lot of the guys say that Mike Triolo has the hardest shot on the team. You saw it there. He put it on net, had a rebound, and as well, too. You've got Kidd who's running back and forth, not Doug Jameson there.
But we talked about rebound control multiple times. Like, look at that Kurtz shot where he shoots at 100 miles an hour, just like Triolo. Kazik makes the stop, doesn't give up the rebound. And again, hey, I'm not faulting Kidd. Look at the rebound here, because it's Church who scoops it up cleanly and tucks it home. But at the end of the day, rebound control is so important, and it's nearly impossible, it feels, for a lacrosse goaltender. So tip your cap to Thomas Kazik, because what this kid is doing, a 20-year-old in front of this many fans, having himself a night. Rusher up by 3.
It's unbelievable. And as well, too, it's not, I know you get the fresh legs in there. You don't want Doug Jamieson running back and forth. He's played a majority of this game. You put the backup goaltender in, you put Andrew Kidd in there to do the running, but you're coming in, not only are you coming in without having seen a lot of shots, he did come in briefly in the third quarter for a bit, but now he's running back and forth. He's off balance. He's not set. You can't fault him there. Like, you talk about how hard rebound control is and how it takes a truly elite talent to do so, Cody. No faulting Kidd on this one as he had to panic back as, again, the Rush started that possession deep in their own end with the empty net as Albany had gone 6-on-5 on that one here. Is, of course, again, taking a long look at this one, getting all the angles here in at SaskTel Center. But from everything we've seen and everything we've shown you on your TVs, your monitors, your iPad, your whatevers, it looks like this should be a good goal, as I don't see anything that has Robert Church's feet on the ground as he is up in the air. That ball is in before Church touches. Again, doing the job, making sure it's right, but I don't see a world in which Bobby's 5th of the night comes back. And it looks like we got a little bit of shenanigans happening here as our assistant.
Well, Jay was just going over while Simmons and Firth were having a little clipboard session here. I don't exactly see the issue with that. That's a little gamesmanship here.
Of course, that's all it is. Having a little listen as we listen in. So you can't read lips, but that's a pretty clear arm signal. 2 arms up, that means good goal. And the Saskatchewan Rush got 16, and they restore the 3-goal lead, Cody. But again, it's not over. Joe Nardella on the dot. You know he's going to win probably the next couple draws easily.
Messenger lost his stick off that face-off. Loose ball battle still going on. Boudreau battling with Kurtz, and he knocked it free. Jake Boudreau's going to run, looking for his 2nd of the game. Boudreau, bingo, Rusher up by 4.
They were down by 4 before you really settled into your seat with your popcorn and whatever your beverage is. They are now up 4 at the end of this one after looking lifeless, Cody, and what a great comeback performance by the Rush. Showing their heart. This was all Albany to start. The FireWolves were looking great, looking like they were going to be running out of Saskatoon with a W, their 3rd win of the season, but the heart of the Saskatchewan Rush came through in this one.
They're not going to have to review that one, I guess. It's just that's a pretty clean-cut one. Hey, Albany's still going to go 6-on-5 here. 4 goals in 80 seconds. While it seems crazy, crazier has happened in this sport.
Well, Joe Nardella, he's so good on the dot. Why not give it a whirl?
Barnable popped it free from Simmons. Now it's knocked back by Messenger. Garland trying to grab it. Adam J. will. Firth will chase him down. Jay got the reset though, so he's still got 8 seconds to get it over. And he'll call a timeout wisely. He says, hey, why rush it? If we don't have to, I'm going to call a timeout and let bygones draw themselves out. Hey, Thomas Kazik on pace for his 1st career win. The Rush have started 2 rookie goalies since moving to Saskatchewan. Cam Dunkerley, Lane Rushka, they both picked up wins in their 1st one. Thomas Kazik, yeah, I mean, he's been phenomenal in this game.
Well, and I want to talk about Lane Rushka. They tried to sign him. He's the Warman product living here in the Saskatoon area. Tried to sign him, couldn't get the contract in on time because of the game day rule. But right now, you'll notice a guy in a ball cap adjusting Thomas Kazik's jersey, giving him a little spritz of water. That's Lane Rushka. The backup goalie tonight is defender Keegan Bell, but Lane Rushka stepped up and said, I'll run the back gate. As anybody that knows lacrosse knows, that's an important job. You got to know when guys are coming, when they're going, when to send guys, when to hold guys. So Rushka joined the equipment staff for tonight's game to help out with the back gate. That's a great move by the youngster.
It feels like a Mr. Beast YouTube video. It says, I was a backup goalie for a game. That's what Keegan Bell did. Hey, listen, folks. He has never put on goalie gear before today. Keegan Bell is a backup in the National Lacrosse League. There you can look at Lane Rushka. Now Thomas Kazik. Thomas Kazik, a 20-year-old out of Stittsville. 20th overall pick in 2023. He's one of Founders. He's one of Minto. Now it's his 1st start in the National League, and they're up by 4.
How pumped are his folks? watching us right now. You know that the Kaizik's family is enjoying this one here, and we're going to get a little bit of violence here at the end as both teams sending each other a message, but Albany's going to get possession here, Cody.
It's hard to beat the same team twice in this season. It's hard to beat them twice in a span of 2 months. And Saskatchewan and Albany have gone toe-to-toe here. Kurtz, little backdoor feed. Pass got blocked by Adam J. He's having himself a game. This is Jay's best game of the season so far.
I would dare say Jay's best game since he got here in Saskatchewan. And that's, you know, he set himself a high bar. He does his job. He goes about it, and he's got a goal, a beauty goal, and lots of great defense. Again, we talk about that trade that got Zach Mans, Levi Anderson, and Adam J. We talk about it here all the time. It'll forever live, I think, in Saskatchewan Rush lore as Messenger's just going to play keep away. My goodness, he's a big man.
Now he'll say, hey, I'm just going to save my wrists on this one. I'm dumping it down in the corner. 3, 2, 1. All right, young man. Thomas Kaizik, you have your first win in the National Lacrosse League. 17-13, the final from Saskatchewan.
Holden Garland over to grab the ball. You know the boys wanted to win this one for him. And the way everybody came together after his rough start. You and I are goaltenders. You have nightmares about that kind of start. You come out, it's your big moment, it's your big day, it's your big debut, and you kind of don't start that great, and you think, oh no, it's a runaway train, but you look at the effort level by the guys to go get it for him. And again, Keegan Bell, if I'm him, I'm bidding on my own jersey auction. I want my goalie jersey from the first time I ever threw on pads. Not, you know, just in a shoot around, something like that, but nah. How about you're officially a backup goalie in the National Lacrosse League? That's just fantastic. If you would have told me, how is Keegan Bell going to make his season debut? Oh, it's going to be as a backup goalie.
Well, I was looking at numbers, going back to Thomas Kaizik of starters. Then I was looking at some of the best young goalies in the league, some guys who have, you know, been mentored by Frank Chilio, how they fared in their first games. I was looking this morning, and it's like 720 save percentage, 700. As you know, it doesn't really put a great confident taste in your mouth. And Kaizik with a 750 tonight. I know that doesn't seem crazy. I know people aren't that impressed, but 39 saves in the National Lacrosse League against a hungry Albany FireWolves team that you just handed their 6th loss of the season. That's impressive. And that's why Thomas Kaizik tonight is the man of the hour.
A team that can just score goals seemingly at will. A team that was in the final last year. A team that just, they're a great team, this Albany team. Like, there's no doubt about it. They're a serious contender.
And hey, I mean, like, thank goodness we're in Saskatchewan because he can't crack a beer south of the border yet. I think we're ready for him, though. It's Thomas Kaizik down with Heather Morrison on the floor.
All right, Thomas, your first career start is also your first career win. Take us into what this moment is for you.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Shout out to everyone on the team, offensively, defensively, coaching staff, everyone. This one's for Frankie. This one's for Laner. This one's for everyone. Really happy with it.
This was a big game with a lot of important moments, but probably the biggest one is that reset after those first 4 goals. Yeah. Did somebody say something to you, or how did you make that change?
Laner gave me great advice on the bench. I think Jimmy and Jammer calling that challenge really helped me settle down, but just kind of resetting and take it shift by shift and shot by shot.
All right, thanks, Thomas. Enjoy the celebration.
What a dang performance by the kid, Thomas Kaizik. Spectacular in his first career National Lacrosse League start. Now at 2 starts next week when the Rush go to San Diego. 17-13, the final score tonight. It's produced by Jackson Farrow, directed by Richard Wells. This has been a National Lacrosse League production in association with Dome Productions. Coordinating producer for the NLL, Scott Zillatoro. Manager of broadcast, Mike Pettit. Senior VP of broadcast operations, Ed Durst. The executive producer of the NLL is Joel Feld. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Saskatchewan Rush win 17-13. It's the final.